Good evening, everybody. Hello and welcome all of you to Institutional Trading Webinar by StockWiz. Please let me know if I am audible and if you can see my entire screen and if I am perfectly audible to all of you. Hello, everybody. Welcome, everyone. Meanwhile, by the time I start, we are expecting more participants to join in. By the time they kind of join in, please introduce yourself in the chat box, because I guarantee you one thing: this is going to be one of the most powerful webinars that you have ever attended in your life. You will not need to attend any course, any seminar, any workshop after this webinar. And every single strategy that I will be talking about, I'll be showcasing my verified PNL. I will be sharing live trades with you, and I will ensure that you know everything you need to know about institutional trading. So once again, a very warm welcome from the entire StockWiz team and from myself. So thank you so much for tuning in. We are waiting for everyone else to join in. For anyone who is facing any issue with the audio, kindly do this, right? So you can just click on join with audio or the mic button and everything else would be sorted. So we'll just, all right, perfect. No issues. Everything is perfect. All right, wonderful. Thank you so much for tuning in. You can just please keep telling me where are you guys joining from, which city. So Gautam Ranjan, hello. Hi, Shiv Shankar Sharma. Hi, Ganesh from Pune. Welcome. Welcome, Ashok from Bangalore. Hi, Yogesh. Hi, Ayan Karmakar. Uh, hi, Shankar. Hi, Vinod Kumar. Jayesh from Chennai. Vasant. Well, hello. Roshni. Janaki Ratna, Uma Shankar from Chennai. Welcome, Ratna Prasad. Welcome, everybody. I welcome all of you. Sathwik from Hyderabad. Welcome, Dheeraj, Yuvraj, Vinod Thini, Sachin, Monuddin, Nitin. Welcome, everybody. Vaishak from Kerala, Atul from Trivandrum. Welcome. I welcome all of you to one of the most powerful webinars that you will be ever attending. And the reason why I'm so confident about it is when I'll show you some numbers in front of you, you are bound to be a little spellbound, or you're bound to be a little surprised. So yes, I will give you all the resources. Don't worry. The objective of this webinar is to teach you and to show you how institutional trading is done with real life trade examples, with verified PNL, with verified order book, and most importantly, how do you really get to consistent profitability if you are either trading full time or you're trading part time. So how many of you over here are essentially looking for a consistent source of income, maybe full time or maybe part time, from the markets? So are you really seriously looking to the markets? Because I'll tell you one thing, right? Stock markets are for people who are really serious, right? Stock markets can't be a hobby. It's a serious business, right? So anyone who's facing an issue with the audio, I would just request you kindly do this, and everything else will be sorted. And now with that being said, I'll quickly introduce myself, because you need to know who you are learning from. So I'm a very firm believer of, being very straightforward and very transparent from the first minute I start this webinar. Number one, you can't learn from anyone on the internet. How many of you agree? You can't just learn from any random person. You need to know what they've done. You need to know their numbers. You need to know if what they teach, are they doing the exact same thing, what's their verified PNL, and whether this strategy is working in the current market conditions. Now, how many of you agree? I mean, strategies can come and go and they can change based on market conditions. How many of you agree? Let's be very straightforward and let's make it a very transparent webinar. So I'm a firm believer. You need to know the numbers in front of you, and that is the only way where you can understand whether it's going to be beneficial for you. So let's get started with my quick introduction. So I'm Parang. I'm the chairman of the StockWiz Group. StockWiz Group is a SEBI registered, national stock exchange registered entity, and we try to simplify institutional trading for retail traders like you by conducting such workshops, spreading awareness, and giving you access to world-class technology so that you can trade like the institutions. Now, the strategies that I will be sharing with you, You will get it from other course providers or maybe influencers for 25, 30, 40, 50,000 rupees. And if you don't believe me, stick around for the next 90 minutes. I will break down every single thing that anyone else has to offer to you. So the goal over here is to be a very powerful trader and to simplify trading. So I have done my entire educational background is the field of finance. I've done my BBA and my MBA, which is my master's in finance and strategy. I am a chartered financial analyst level 3 candidate, which is the gold standard of investment banking from America. I am also a financial modeling and valuation analyst. I am a NISM certified research analyst, and I am also a SEBI registered research analyst. You can check out my license number, which is INH0000139255, which is currently in front of your screen. And before you are learning or joining any webinar to learn a strategy, a verified PNL is a must. How many of you agree? How many of you like the way we are starting off the webinar? Everything should be very clearly transparent to you. Every single thing should be in front of you, whether it's a gain, whether it's a loss. And I'm going to show you not 30-day, not 60-day, not 90-day, 180 days, 365 days, and 2 years of verified PNL. And not only the number, but I will tell you how the strategy can vary based on market conditions. How many of you feel it's very important to understand? A lot of people, when they're learning, and even when I was learning, I always looked at the headline number. Oh, 7 lakh rupees of profit, or 15 lakh rupees of profit, or 10 lakh, or 15 lakh, or 20 lakh rupees of profit. But what you need to understand, what's the ROI? What's the return on investment? Number one. Number two, what is the accuracy of the strategy or the win rate of the strategy? How many of you know what a win rate of a strategy is? So when you are professionally trading, a strategy is very crucial to your success. How many of you agree? Your voice is breaking often. Okay, so let me do a audio video check, right? Is my voice breaking for anybody? Is my voice breaking, unclear, perfect? Okay, so a lot of them are saying it's good. I would request you to rejoin the meeting if there's any problem with the audio. All right. So now, what I was saying is, how many of you know what win rate is? Do you know what a win rate is? So when we are talking about professional trading, strategy is a very critical component of your entire business, right? So win rate is, if you take 100 trades, how many of those trades are profitable? That's called the win rate. Now, the win rate of the two strategies that I will be teaching will be ranging from 65% to 85%. Now, why am I saying this? Because you need to know, no strategy can give you the same results every single day of the market, because market conditions and market dynamics keep changing. Do you agree? The strategy will give you 80 and even 85% win rate, but not always. So I have to transparently tell you that yes, you can get 80-85%, but you can also get 65-70%. But the bottom line is, it will still make you money. Now, anyone else on the internet who is trying to tell you, hey, you can get a 90% win rate, 95% win rate, do you really think that's true? Do you really think that's true? Do you really think a 90% win rate exists in the market? Do you really think 95% sure short strategy, does it really work? No, nothing at all. So what I'm trying to say is, the world's best traders operate on a 60 to 70% win rate. Did you know that? The world's top traders operate on a 60 to 70% win rate, and that's more than enough for you to make money. That's one. Number two, there is something called risk to reward ratio, or the reward to risk ratio, which will always be a 1:3. I use a 25 lakh rupee capital. That's my capital. And I have a standardized risk management system where I only risk 0.5% of my capital per trade. Meaning I only risk 12,500 per trade risk. Is that clear? The reason I'm saying this is, I know majority of you have a weakness in risk management. Am I right in my understanding? Can I have a yes from the audience? I feel a lot of you might have a problem with two things. Number one, consistency. Number two, risk reward ratio. And number three, risk management. So when I will be teaching you the strategy, there are some non-negotiable rules that you will have to accept. And that is, your risk management has to be standardized, meaning every single trade that you will take with this strategy has to be with the same risk. Is that okay? Do you affirm? Do you confirm? Every single trade that you take has to be with a standardized risk management system that I'm going to be teaching you. Now, let's understand how does the success rate of the strategy vary. And I'm going to first show you the last 6 months of statistics, and then we will try to deep down. The reason I'm showing this to you is, after elections, after budgets, this entire year, the markets have been very volatile. And when the strategy can give you consistent results in a volatile market, you can stand tall, trust the strategy, and just follow the system. So let's try to understand what is the statistics that the strategy can provide to you. And that's what I'm going to be trying to elaborate, that what can you expect after learning the strategy. So now if you look at the last few days, if you look at this patch, what's the win rate that you see on your screen? Is it somewhere close to 80%? The important part over here, I prioritize consistent winners versus big profits. How many of you believe the same? Consistently, I want to make money. I don't want one day of 5 lakh rupees of profit or 10 lakh rupees of profit. No, I'm not interested in that. I want to treat it like a business. I want to make 12 to 15% of my capital every single month. And that's what I want to achieve. So I will always prioritize consistent returns over anything else. So over here, you can see there's a losing day here. There's a losing day here. And the winners are 4 to 5 times larger than the losers. Can you observe that? Can I have a yes? And that tells you two things about the system. Number one, the risk reward is going to be great. Sometimes the strategy will even give you a 90% win rate. But will you get that always? The reason I'm telling this to you is I want to be very direct to you. The win rate of the strategy will vary, but most of the times it will be north of 75 to 80%. Is that clear? I want to make things very, very clear. But you will not have patches like this every day or every month or every week. What I'm trying to tell you, how many of you are a believer that the market decides when you make money? Your job is just to follow your system. How many of you are a believer of this? You will not control on what day you will make the maximum profits. No, no, no. You don't control that. You keep doing the same thing every day, and the market rewards you for your discipline. How many of you are a believer of this? Very good. Fantastic audience. And now if I scroll down a little bit, which is the budget, I'll scroll down to the, to the June month. Over here, if you look at this patch also, you can see that there are days where the strategy has lost money also. And do you think that's a part of the game? I took 3 trades on all of these 3 days and my stop losses were triggered. Should we be scared of losses, or should we embrace them with a smile by being positive that our skill and our system will make it back? So what I'm trying to say is I want to spread positivity, confidence, and a structured, systematic trading framework which does not require you to sit in front of the screen from 9:15 till 3:30. You don't have to sit in front of the screen like a donkey. You just have to follow a simple system where we follow where the institutions are placing their trades. That's exactly what we want to do. Now, that's again some numbers in front of you. Now I'll go another 60-day back and I will try to show you where exactly when Iran-Israel war. Okay, how many of you are aware that this Iran-Israel war was a very big volatility for the markets? How many of you are aware? Like first we had Ukraine, Russia, then this Iran, Israel war, oil, oil prices were a little volatile, geopolitics were a problem. So I will show you the performance, and I've now gone, maybe a 90 to 180 days back to the start of this year. And again, if you see, how many of you can smell consistency? I just want to ask you, because that's exactly what you will achieve. And every single trade that I've taken by showcasing this PNL to you, I will show you a live execution. Are you ready? I want to make this webinar the best trading learning experience of your lifetime. The only thing that I request is 90 minutes of undivided attention. Can you give that to me? And now a lot of you are saying, why are you doing this? You're already profitable. So the answer to that is, we are trying to create a retail trading revolution, which you will know towards the end of the webinar, where we have created technology for you. Where you will get access to something that only institutions have. So stay tuned on that. We are a tech company. We are a national stock exchange registered and a SEBI registered company, and we are trying to spread awareness. So are we together in this? Can I have a yes in the chat? Piyush, this is live. Mr. Piyush, this is live. All right. Perfect. Thank you so much for your such a good response. Absolutely fire in the chat. So over here, if I show you, this patch where the strategy had a drawdown. Now, how many of you understand, showing drawdowns is also important. Showing the drawdown is also important. In this patch, you can see that the strategy did not really perform that well, but if you look at the winning number versus the losing number, you will see that one winning day takes care of 4 losers together. One winning day takes care of 4 losing days together. How many of you can see, even though the win rate has gone down, risk reward is what makes the money? How many of you agree? The win rate got down. There are a few red days. I agree, that's a part of this business. But when you win, you make big money, and that's how it compensates. And similarly, with the same system, you also get results like this, where you are almost getting a 90% win rate. Yes, Francis, I will be I will be sharing the verified sorry, my bad. I will be sharing the verified link also on your WhatsApp group and over to your email, so you can study all my trades. Okay, not a problem. The reason why I'm telling this to you is, a lot of people right now are losing a shit amount of money in options. How many of you agree? A lot of you are actually losing a lot of money, a lot of your hard-earned money. You're losing confidence, and you're just following the crowd by getting into Nifty, Bank Nifty, some options here and there. Like, do you really want that to change? Do you really want to be smart and make some money and take home? Or do you just want to go with the crowd who is saying, hey, Nifty, Bank Nifty, expiry day, all of that stuff? I'm not saying I'm not going to teach you options, but what I'm trying to tell you is, let's focus on profitability, no matter from which market it is coming. Will you be ready for that? Will you be ready for that? It's not necessary for us to trade Nifty or Bank Nifty. We will trade where the system will give us our entry. If you have that level of discipline, let's come and let's get started with our webinar. So ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to all of you to this institutional trading strategies webinar by StockWiz. And now in the next 5 minutes, I will introduce you to the world of institutional trading. Now, the first thing that you need to understand is, trading is a function of 3 things, right? Trading education, which I am trying to solve for you right now in the next 90 minutes. And you need to understand that education always does not translate into money. How many of you agree? Knowing the strategy, Jagan, you can, this is not about algo, right? You can automatically do it with your own trades. Like, I will be telling you some parameters. You don't need any indicator. You don't need any paid software. You don't need any stuff, right? What you need to do is, you just need to follow 4 simple steps. no extra paid features required. You can just follow a very simple trading system, which I am using for every single trade that I am taking. You will get the recording. You can review it as many times as possible, just for people who are curious to know how will you tell us the verified trades, etc. So what I'm going to do is every single trade that I am taking, number one, I'll show you the verified PNL of that. And number two, I will also be sharing the exact live timestamp of everything. And every single thing that I will be sharing with you will be with a perfect timestamp, so that you know my executions, you know where am I buying. I will show you the reason to buy. So for example, if there is a trade in Dalmia Bharat, you will get to know the exact timestamp from the National Stock Exchange, that if I'm buying it at 11:08 a.m., what's the exact timestamp on the National Stock Exchange with seconds, so that there is no price difference. Is this transparency enough for you? I know in India, no one can give that level of transparency, but what I want to do for my audience is I want them to know every single minute detail, so that they can do it themselves, right? That's exactly what we want to achieve. Okay, so I will show all of this stuff to you. So now let's get to the business part of the things, right? So you need to understand that when I teach you these strategies, do not misuse them, meaning you have to follow a certain set of rules to get the best efficiency out of it. Now, why am I saying this? A lot of people think that if they learn a strategy from tomorrow, they'll start making money. How many of you agree knowing a strategy is one thing, executing the strategy is another ball game, and then making consistent money from those executions is a different story altogether? How many of you agree? Trading is not something that can be learned from a course or a webinar or something, right? You can definitely be guided the right way to do things, but it takes practice, right? So what I'm trying to say is, don't make conclusions very early. Listen to me carefully. Try to analyze and understand the entire logic behind every decision and everything that I talk about. And if you understand the logic, you will be independent enough to do things. All right. So now let's get to the point. There are two major trading techniques in the world that people use. Now, those two techniques are retail technical analysis and institutional technical analysis. So now, what does the word retail mean and what does the word institutional mean? So let's be very crisp and clear over here. Retail technical analysis essentially means very mass market style of trading. Now, if you are a trader, chances are, or maybe there's a 95% chance of you using support, resistance, chart patterns, indicators, trend lines, and breakouts. Can you all agree? Majority of us who start our trading, we are probably starting off with support, resistance, a bull flag, bearish flag, head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulders, cup and handle, some trend lines, some breakouts. And we all believe that whenever there is higher volume in the markets, institutions are involved. How many of you feel so? आप में से कितने लोगों को लगता है कि जब वॉल्यूम बड़ा होता है, like there's big volume bars in the market, people feel institutions are involved? What if I tell you that's absolutely false information, and I'll prove that to you? Volume, a lot of retail traders, a lot of traders who feel they're smart, they always like to trade after the volume, after the volume bars have already formed in the chart. Do you agree? Majority of people like to enter after a volume confirmation. Do you agree? एक बार वॉल्यूम आने दो, वॉल्यूम आने के बाद हम एंट्री करेंगे. I will teach you that after the volumes are already there, the party is already over. I will teach you how to enter when there are absolutely no volumes in the market and when the big move is just about to get triggered. And that's all about institutional trading. That means what we are going to do is we are doing a very simple thing. We know one thing for sure. prices are not moved by strategies, or prices are not moved by anything, but the only reason why prices move is because of money that is being poured into the markets. Do you agree? People say order flow moves prices. Okay, I agree, order flow moves prices, but how do you place orders without money? Do you agree? How do you place large number of orders without money? Say at the end of the day, the bottom line is the maximum amount of money is being poured into by institutions like hedge funds, like domestic institutions, like let's say the Life Insurance Corporation of India, foreign institutions like let's say Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, Merrill Lynch, JP Morgan Chase, Morgan Stanley, Nomura, Vanguard, BlackRock, and then so on and so forth. So what we need to understand, that institutions who have large sums of money, they are the ones who move the markets. They are the ones who decide the order flow. They are the ones who punch orders into the market, and as a result, the markets make big moves. Can we have a very simple, discrete understanding about this? That retail traders are always followers of the market. They are not creators of the big moves that come into the market. Can we all agree on that? Retail traders like us, which are smaller traders, we don't have unlimited capital, news comes to us very late, we have no idea about what results a company is going to announce tomorrow, we don't know what Nirmala Sitharaman has in her budget paper, and we don't know which party is going to be ruling the next state. We have absolutely zero idea, but people who have a shit ton of money, they probably do have an idea. And I don't really care about what information do they have. What I care about is they are the people who will move the markets. They are the people who are going to establish a trend in a stock or in an index or in a commodity or cryptocurrency, whatever you're trading. So can I look at the markets from an institutional angle and change my perspective about trading? That is what institutional trading is all about. And institutional technical analysis or institutional trading rests on two very important concepts known as order flow and liquidity. Now, how many of you have been hearing about smart money concepts, order flow, liquidity, SMC, etc., in the recent past? If you are an self-aware trader, you might be hearing about these concepts very often. Now, let me tell you that Indian markets and the markets in the West, like America or Europe, are a little different. Indian markets, you have the National Stock Exchange, which provides 3 levels of data. Now you don't think that I'm trying to complicate anything. I'm just trying to give you a simple understanding so that no one makes you a fool. The National Stock Exchange or the NSE doesn't give you institutional data for free. How many of you know this? How many of you know the data that your broker shows, the data that the TradingView terminal is showing, the data that any vendor is showing is not level 3 data. That's level 1 and level 2 data. That means anyone who tells you, I will tell you where the institutions are buying, I will give you order flow data, I will give you where exactly orders are punched, that person is lying completely, because the National Stock Exchange charges you 56 lakhs plus GST for that market data. Is it practically possible for you or me to get that data? Can we clear that out? Is it practically possible for us to get that data? Do you have 50 lakhs to pay to the NSE? I don't have. I'm not going to pay 50 lakhs for this data. No, absolutely not. That means the data that you are getting as a retail trader is insufficient for you to do any analysis. Can we conclude on that? You are not going to do anything with data. And why to complicate your trading? Number one. Number two, Go charting is not giving you the data that you actually need, because if Go charting was giving you the right data, you would not, you would basically know each and every move of the market. All right. So what I'm trying to tell you is that Let's not complicate our trading by adding data or some kind of AI or some kind of analysis into this, because we are not even getting the right data. That means we have to figure out how, where, when, and in at what price are institutions buying a stock, and we have to do that with tools that are available for free. Do you agree? Someone is saying, what if I have the data? Okay, let me make it very crisp and clear, right? I am a believer that simplicity is more powerful than any other thing. Anyone who believes this? So there can be very complex trading systems that you can use, but I can guarantee you that your simpler trading systems will always outperform any complicated trading systems. That means that there are that are three data points that are absolutely the same for a trader who's trading with 100 rupees and a trader who's trading with 1,000 crore rupees. And that is price, volume, and time. Can I say, if you are a trader with 1,000 crores, does the time change for you and me? Does the price change for you and me? And does the volume change for you and me? Meaning the volume that is reported by the National Stock Exchange, will that change for you and for me? Can I say, if I use these three unbiased data points, I will be at par with whatever the institutions know? Can I say that? Can I say, if I want to trade like the institutions, I will have to be at the same level? And that means this strategy that we're going to be learning will only take raw data from the market, which includes price, time, and volume. Is that clear to everybody? Is that clear? Can I have a yes? Price, time, and volume. Now, last but not the least, liquidity. Liquidity is one of the most misunderstood and at the same time one of the most important concepts in the world of trading. Liquidity means pending orders in the market, and these pending orders are nothing but orders that go into the system but have a conditional execution. Can you give me an example of an order that is placed by you guys every single day, which is the reason why a lot of you face a fake out or a stop loss hunt? Stop loss is essentially that pending order which creates liquidity in the market. Now, what exactly does the word liquidity mean? How does it exactly work? Let me take an example and let me show it to you on charts. So liquidity is nothing but a price magnet, meaning you have to understand that for every buyer in the market, do we have a seller? Can I have a yes or a no answer over here? Can a buyer buy in the market without a seller? Absolutely not. For every buyer, there has to be a seller, and for every seller, there has to be a buyer. Do you all agree? Do you all agree? So let me just take you to simple things, because I can understand that I think you're not aware of some important basic things, right? So before I actually start with the technique, I need to tell you these basic stuffs about institutional trading, which people may not know. So first things first, right? I hope everyone is aware that the stock market is a zero-sum game. If you want to make 100 rupees, you have to take 100 rupees from someone else's pocket. Can I have a yes if everyone knows this? Because I'm just trying to check if everyone's everyone's at the same level, right? So if you want to make 100 rupees, you have to take it from someone else's pocket, right? And now there are two major categories of market participants. Number one are retail traders, and number two are institutional traders. Do you agree? There are two broad categories of market participants. One is retail traders like you and me, and then there are institutional traders who are very professional in whatever they do. So if I combine these two rules, can I say, if institutions make some money, that's at the expense of retail traders like you and me? Can I say that? Can I say, if institutions make some money from the markets, This money is created at the expense of retail traders like you and me. Now let's come to the third and the most important point, which is the fundamental principle of the webinar. For every buyer, there has to be a seller. For every seller, there has to be a buyer. Let me give you an example. If I want to buy 10,000 shares of Reliance tomorrow in the morning, can I buy if there is no one in the market who is selling these shares to me? Think and answer. Don't answer randomly. Think. I cannot. Can I sell 5,000 shares of State Bank of India if there is no one ready to buy it from me? Can I sell 5,000 shares? No. So now if I say, when people tell you that if there is a red volume bar, that means there are more sellers. If there is a green volume bar, that means there are more buyers. Can I say this is bullshit? Buyers can never be more than sellers, and sellers can never be more than buyers. For every buyer, there is a seller, and volume means number of transactions. Can a transaction take place without a buyer and seller simultaneously involved? This is the start of your transformation and thought processes like an institutional trader. How many of you believed that a red volume bar means there are more sellers and green volume bar means there are more buyers? Anyone thought so? Okay, let me take you to a simple chart. How many of you, I'll just take like a random chart on the screen. I'll remove everything, right? So let me just remove every single thing. The basic chart which every other trader that essentially, every other trader has is something that looks like this. How many of you agree? How many of you agree that that's what people think? Yes or no? Please be with me. Is this what people think? Green volume bar. So there's a breakout with a lot of buyers, lot of institutional activity. This is a confirmation to buy and all of that stuff. So now can I ask all of you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if a lot of institutions were buying here, price should not fall from here, correct? अगर institutions ने यहाँ buy किया है, if institutions have bought over here in such a great volume, then the price should not come down, right? Does it make logical sense? Please give me an answer. If green volume means more buyers, that means so many institutional buyers have bought here. So the price should not fall. Then why is the price falling? Why is the price falling? How many of you are understanding the color of the volume bar does not matter? Volume is number of transactions. For every buyer, there will always be a seller. How many of you are understanding? I cannot buy if there is no seller in the market. How many of you are understanding this? And try to understand the point where you have the largest volume usually becomes the point from where the market reverses. How many of you have seen this? This is called a buying climax. Have you heard about this term called a climax? Mr. Shiv Shankar Sharma ji, buyers and sellers they can be different in numbers, they can be different in intensity, but whenever a transaction is taken place in the market, buyers and sellers have to connect. Okay, how many of you have heard about an upper circuit? Okay, I think a lot of your basics are not clear. Let me get this very straight, okay? So let me clarify a few things. How many of you have heard about an upper circuit? You've heard about an upper circuit, right? Where the price gets locked into an upper circuit and the price, no one can buy. Why does the price gets locked into an upper circuit? Because there are no sellers at that point, and hence there can be no transactions taking place. Logical? जब seller ही नहीं है market में, तो आप खरीदोगे किससे? There are no sellers. Francis Jose, the two colors only indicate one thing. If the closing price of the previous candle is lower than the closing price of the next candle, then the volume color could be red or green. The color red and green of the volume is absolutely a bullshit concept. Is this clear? In every single chart that you will see, I absolutely do not care about the color of the volume, because I know at every single point of time, the total number of buyers and sellers are always going to be the same. Is that clear to all of you? Now, my point over here is a typical retail trader thought process is to always identify point A as a potential breakout entry area with a volume confirmation. Please tell me if everyone agrees with this. Okay. Amit, wait for 15 minutes. You'll understand a lot more things, right? So now tell me one thing. At point A, every single retail trader wants to buy. They want to buy. They are trying to understand that there's a breakout, and everyone transitions over here and then they buy the breakout. Now, my problem is, can we think like an institution and figure out who got the price from point B to point A? Do you think that'll make sense? Give me 30 seconds. Like, give yourself 30 seconds to think about this. Do you think you are more intelligent to buy at A after the move has happened, or would you be more intelligent to find out who created the move from B to A? Give me a logical answer. Forget about everything that you know about the market so far. Understand. When the volumes are, did I tell you this? That I will teach you how to enter when the volumes are the lowest. Did I tell you this? Did I tell this to you? That I will let you enter at the point of the lowest volumes so that you exit when the volumes are highest. Now try to understand this, okay? It's very interesting. When the volumes are highest, that means there is a lot of crowd in the stock. Do you agree? जब volume सबसे ज्यादा high है, that means the stock is crowded. That means the party is over. What the hell will we do now? I don't want to be a mediocre trader. I want to be ahead of everyone else. Do you believe so? If you believe so, listen to me for the next 10 minutes and connect every single dot. I have told you that institutional traders are always going to do the exact opposite of what a retail trader wants to do. Now, you might be feeling, okay, what is he trying to say? So now listen to me for the next 5 minutes. I will take you to the same slide where I tell you for every buyer, there has to be a seller, and for every seller, there has to be a buyer. You have agreed to this. This means that whenever an institutional trader wants to buy, they will force a retail trader to sell. I will repeat my sentence. Listen to me very carefully. For every buyer, there is a seller in the market. For every seller, there is a buyer in the market. Whenever institutional traders want to sell, they will force a retail trader to buy. I repeat, whenever institutions want to sell, they will force a retail trader to buy. How many of you understood this? Can I have a yes? Whenever institutions want to sell, they cannot sell if there is no donkey buying it from them. And at point A, who is coincidentally buying? Who is coincidentally buying? Retail traders. Okay. Number two, whenever institutions want to buy, they will force a retail trader to sell. Correct? Now, if I tell you one very simple thing, that when the price was trading at point B, there was something happening in the market with the order flow that suddenly the price jumped to point A. Correct? Do you all agree? If I look at this random chart on my screen, there is something happening at B which pushed the price very quickly to point A. Now, Can I say in all probabilities, this is an institutional move? And I have two reasons to say so. Number one, retail traders cannot have this exorbitant volume. Do you agree? Retail traders cannot create a big move like this. Number one. Number two, institutional traders have a certain problem. If I can identify that problem, I can take advantage of it. Do you want to know that problem? That problem is the backbone of my strategy. And the reason why I'm going into this level of depth is I don't want to say, hey, go buy here, sell here, and I don't want to end the webinar like this. Then I'll be like any other webinar taker, right? I want to get you into max level depth so that you are independently able to execute this tomorrow. Who is with me? Who is with me? I want each and every one of you to know the what, the why, the how, and the when to buy, right? So now let's understand a very, very simple thing. Let's understand the game from an institution's perspective. All this while, all of us have tried looking at the stock markets from a retail trader's perspective. Let's look at from an institutional trader's perspective. Can I say institutions are always dependent on retail traders? Because when institutions want to sell, someone has to buy. When institutions want to buy, someone has to sell. Now, let me tell you in a better way. Okay. So, how many of you know what like a support resistance is? Like, I think everyone knows what support resistance is. And I think everyone would also know what like a W pattern is. Has anyone heard about this? Very classical retail concept of, W pattern or a double bottom kind of a pattern. Now, try to understand. Every single retail trader would be a buyer here. Do you all agree? Every retail trader would want to buy at the neckline break of the W pattern. Now, institutions also want to buy the stock, but there is a problem. If all retail traders are buying and all institutions want to buy, no one will be able to buy because there will be no one who will be selling. Think again. When retail traders are buying, and institutions see that these guys are buying, which means they are increasing the demand. And now if institutional traders execute their orders, they will not even be able to buy because there is no one in the market who is selling. So how will institutions complete their order? How many of you agree? अरे बाबा, जब सारे रिटेल ट्रेडर भी बाय कर रहे हैं, इंस्टीट्यूशंस को भी बाय करना है, both of them want to buy, how the hell will institutions execute their orders? It's practically impossible. Institutions have to find out a place where retail traders are forced to sell, and that's the point where they can execute their orders. So what these institutions are going to do is they will find a way in which they are going to sell some shares over here to glide the price below the support, where suddenly every W pattern buyer turns to become a seller, and suddenly there are so many sellers in the market. And if there are sellers in the market, can you have a seller without a buyer? Can a transaction take place? Can your stop loss be triggered without someone buying the opposite side of the trade? How many of you are understanding? क्या आपका stop loss hit हो सकता है if no one is buying the stock? Not possible. So you might have seen, you buy your support, the price glides below your stop loss, only to do this after 15 minutes. How many of you have seen this happen multiple times? You are forced to sell. I repeat, you are forced to sell because someone else wanted to buy. A lot of times you are forced to buy when someone else wanted to sell. How many of you can connect the dots? I will slowly teach you the logic. I am transitioning you from a retail thought process to an institutional thought process. Try to understand, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is a capitalist market. If you have seen Scam 1992, the web series on Harshad Mehta did not have an intelligent strategy. He had money. How many of you agree? Harshad Mehta was not an engineer. He was not a coder. He was not the smartest person on the planet. He just had access to a lot of money. And similarly, institutions who have access to a lot of money, they can do anything in the markets. So now what you need to understand is institutions are almost always dependent on retail traders. And that means the more number of retail traders who come into the market, it makes the game easier for them. I'll give you an example. If you observe the last 2 years of the Indian markets, how many of you have seen that false breakouts, fake outs have increased 10x in the last 2 years of trading? Do you agree? If there is any seasoned trader over here, if there is any trader who has traded for more than a year, you will understand that when more retail traders arrived in the market, it actually made it more difficult for retail traders to make money, and more institutions, more algorithms actually came into the Indian markets. As of now, as I speak, and I quote, 92% of all orders executed on the National Stock Exchange are algorithmic in nature. That means if you don't think like them, you are going to get wasted. So now that means one thing is very clear: institutions are dependent on retail traders. Now, do you want me to flip you out? Just write a yes in the chat if you want to. I'll take you to the same chart that I started with. And now I will show you an interesting thing. And that's where you will develop a new unconditional love for institutional trading. Okay. Now, can I say that this is a good trend line to create? Can I say this is a good trend line to create? And any retail trader who's following this trend line, or following a MACD, or following an RSI, is absolutely going to do one thing at point C, and that is selling. Do you agree? Do you agree? At point C, you are breaking a trend line. If you don't want to look at it from that perspective, you are essentially, you can create like your wedges or whatever the hell you want to, a channel or whatever. You are essentially, looks like a trend reversal. So someone is saying looks like a trend reversal. Someone is saying, yes, it's a clean trend line break. Someone is saying, okay, it's like a M pattern top break, whatever. Now, what do I say? What if I say, if it's a very obvious retail sell point, do you think there will be an obvious buyer against you? I repeat, is this the exact same point from where institutions started their buying? Can I have a yes from my lovely audience? Is this trend line break coincidentally the same area where institutions created their buy orders? Can you smell something right now? Can you feel something that you are bloody forced to get the hell out of the market? And now, do you see volumes declining? Now connect the dots. What did I tell you? Where are you going to buy? You're going to buy at the point of the lowest volumes possible. Do you remember, or do I need to recall this? I told you you're going to buy with the institutions. I told you you're going to buy when the volumes are low. And I told you you're going to buy before the move happens. Do you all remember this? Can I have a yes from my lovely audience? Yes. Now, the question that we are definitely going to be buying at C, where the entire retail audience is ready to sell. I am definitely saying we are going to buy at C, but why are we buying at C? If institutions created this move from B to A, what's the need for the price to come to C? Don't you think it's a valid question? अरे अगर इंस्टीट्यूशन ने बाय करा है तो बी से ए के बाद ऊपर ले जाओ ना, नीचे क्यों आ रहा है प्राइस? लाइक व्हाई इज द प्राइस कमिंग डाउन? डू यू थिंक इट्स अ लॉजिकल क्वेश्चन? व्हाई इज द प्राइस coming down from point A to point C? Do you think it's a valid question? Let's answer this. And that's the level of depth that I want all of you to have. Now, let's come back to the slide. I told you institutions are dependent on retail traders. That's agreed. Number two, institutions have a problem. They are big. How many of you agree? Institutions have a simple problem. They are big. They will always buy and sell big quantity. And retail traders are not available to buy and sell that big quantity. Do you agree? Institutions would want to buy 1,000 crores of Tata Motors at 9:15 a.m. in the morning. But can they get all retail traders in India to sell 1,000 crores worth of Tata Motors at 9:15 a.m. in the morning? Is that practically possible? No. That means institutions' dependency on retail traders, the ability of institutions to only buy and sell big quantity means that they cannot execute their order in one go. How many of you agree? Institutions cannot buy everything in one attempt. They will have to split their orders into blocks. Agreed? How many of you are connecting the dots and how many of you are with me? Can I have a yes? If institutions want to place a big order of, let's say, 1 lakh shares, they cannot just press a button like a video game and then buy 1 lakh shares. You need to have 1 lakh sellers for you to buy 1 lakh, 1 lakh shares. So that means you have to split your order, maybe 30,000, 30,000, 30,000, maybe 25, 25, 25, 25, maybe 50, 50. Do you agree? I will not know whether it's 50-50 or 25-25, 25-25 or whatever way they have split. I just know one thing, they cannot buy everything in one attempt. Is that clear? And that means the price range in which they start the big move is my point of interest. If the price comes back into the range, I will essentially be buying at the same price where the institutions are buying. So can I say this green box, which I call as a bullish order block, I can also denote this with a OB plus. Can I say this is exactly the place where other institutional orders are pending? Meaning, when the price was at point B, institutions might have wanted to buy 1 lakh shares, but they were only able to buy 50,000. Now, the remaining 50,000 shares are pending for execution at point C. And I told you liquidity is equal to pending orders. Does anyone remember this? Liquidity is equal to pending orders, and liquidity is also equal to a price magnet. Price will always move from one area of liquidity to the other area of liquidity. That means that the other remaining 50,000 orders of the institution are perhaps waiting to get executed at point C. Is that clear? Is that clear? Now, few questions in the chat which I would like to clear right now itself. Mr. Vishal Sharma, I am not telling you to buy at B. I want the price to go till A and then wait for C. Is that clear? Mr. Vishal, मैं B से A वाला मूव कैप्चर नहीं कर रहा. I am not interested to capture the move from B to A because I will not even know that institutions are wanting to buy. At B, see, understand here, when the price is at B, I cannot be dreaming, no, that institutions are interested in this stock. Yes or no? Ratna, tell me one thing. At point B, I don't know anything in the market. Okay, let me cover everything one by one. I know all of you are getting interested. Can I say when the price reaches A at that point can I identify B? I will first say it in English and then I will say it in Hindi. जब प्राइस ए पर पहुंच गया है तब तो बी आइडेंटिफाई कर सकता हूं ना. When the price is already at A, when every other retail trader is buying, I will not buy, but I will mark my point B, which is called my bullish order block. How to mark this area? I will come to that. Allow me 5 minutes. I will come to that. What I'm trying to say is this point B is the origin of the move from point B to point A. Correct? Is that clear? Number two, you already know that at point B, the entire range, there are some institutional orders still pending to get executed. Do you agree? B point पर कुछ orders अभी भी pending stage में हैं. Institutions are not done with their buying completely. This also you agree? This also you agree? Now the question is, who is getting the price from A to C? यही question है ना अब. Who the hell is now getting the price from A to C? That's the question left to be answered. Tell me one thing. Tell me one thing. If you are a breakout trader and you buy at A, and you are a breakout trader, you will buy at the closing of the A candle. Agree, disagree? अगर आप retail trader हैं, if you are a retail trader, you will be buying at point A. Now tell me, if institutions are not buying at point A, can the price go higher? Simple question. You will love it. Institutions are not buying at A. Can the price go higher? Give me a yes or a no answer. If the price will not go higher and you are a breakout trader and the price is going nowhere, what will you do? आपने ब्रेकआउट के बाद बाय कर लिया, अब प्राइस कुछ कर ही नहीं रहा है तो क्या करोगे? आप बेचोगे. यू विल सेल, एंड व्हेन यू स्टार्ट सेलिंग, द प्राइस विल नॉट सस्टेन. द प्राइस विल स्लोली कीप कमिंग डाउन. एंड थिंक अबाउट इट. व्हाई डू यू थिंक आई लाइक द वॉल्यूम डिक्लाइन? व्हाई डू यू थिंक मेरे को ये वॉल्यूम डिक्लाइन बहुत पसंद आ रहा है? Because volume decline tells you that slowly and slowly every retail trader is getting knocked out or eliminated from the market. Who understood this? The reason I do not like higher volumes is because I know retail is there. I don't want to get into the crowd. As volumes keep coming down, that means slowly, every retail trader is getting knocked off the market. Lucas, volume includes buyers and sellers both. Volume includes buyers and sellers both. So you have to understand that when every breakout trader or every retail trader is a buyer at A, institutions are not interested to buy, retail traders are buying. Do you even have any seller? Do you even have any seller? Retailers are not creating these huge volumes. You have to understand, Harpreet. See, when the price reaches at A, you have multiple different kinds of retail traders who are executing. Are Baba, think about it. If institutions were selling at this point, don't you think volumes would have been higher? अरे मेरा तो सिंपल लॉजिक है, यहां इंस्टीट्यूशंस इन्वॉल्व होते तो वॉल्यूम बड़ा नहीं होता क्या? Understanding. And one more thing, institutions, when the price reaches point C, the reason why the price is reaching point C is because there is a readily available buyer at C. How many of you know this? Point C per, you have a readily available buyer, and that's the institution. So when the price comes to C or your order block, some people who will create a trend line are interested to sell. They create liquidity for institutions to buy. So at point C, we as an institutional trader, we are going to create a buy position as soon as the price comes into this area, and our stop loss will be just below the order block. And our target will be the next place where retail traders will participate. Now, can you tell me what's the next place where a retail trader would want to buy? Can I say above 114? Think and answer. Think and answer. The next place where a retail trader is interested to buy is at the breakout of this high. Agreed? 115, 114, 114, 115. Correct? My target will be that. Now, if you see, suddenly the price reaches this area and then gets rejected. Now, do you understand why did the rejection happen at that specific price only? Can I have a yes? Why did the rejection or the big sell candle or the weak candle exactly get formed over there? And why did suddenly the price moved from point C to point D without a very big increase in volume? अभी यार ये देखो, price C से D पे, price moved from C to D without a big increase in volume. How many of you can see this? Volume does not matter. Order flow does. How many of you are slowly trying to transition to understanding these concepts from an institutional lens? Can I have a yes? It'll take some time. I know it's very new for all of you, but if you just if you put slight efforts, you'll understand everything. Satvik, I will cover this for you. Okay. What I'm trying to say is institutions have a problem, and that is they cannot buy everything in one attempt. So whenever they buy a little quantity also, they will create big candles and big moves. Is that clear to all of you? That can never be hidden from anyone. So when institutions create that big move, I will mark the area, which is point B, from the place where the move started. When I mark that area from the place the move started, that's called my order block. I am not interested in buying after big volume. I am not interested in buying after big candles. I am interested to buy at the same price where the institutions bought. Institutions bought in this price range B. I want to buy here. Is that clear? Is that clear? Harpreet, my target is 1:3. This is already giving a 1:5. What did I tell you? I am a very satisfied trader. I don't need 1:5. I need 1:3. I'll be happy. Is that okay? Harpreet, understood? My targets get achieved. I don't care what the price does after that. Okay. Now, how 1:3? That's a system, right? See, over here, I'm buying at 98.6. Over here, you can see the risk reward, right? 1:5, yes or no? How to find institutional buying, Nitin? Is this not institutional buying? Is this not the area from where the buying is starting? Okay, let me take another couple of examples and then let me come back. You will automatically understand. At point C, volumes are not high. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. I don't want to enter where everyone in the world is already in the stock. How many of you are understanding what I'm trying to say? यार मुझे वहां बाय करना ही नहीं है जब पूरी दुनिया घुसी है. I don't want to do that. Okay. Now let's understand how retail traders get trapped. Now, can you see that over here, what do you think a typical retail trader will do? I'm making some random triangle which is breaking down as a red candle. What do you think an average retail trader is doing here? Jaya Murugan, I'm doing it. Waiting for a breakout. Okay. Sell, up, down. Show other example. Sell, retail will sell. Okay. Retail will sell. Sell वाले का SL hit, yes or no? जिसने sell किया, is the stop loss triggered for that person? Now you will say other person will buy. Is that person SL hit, yes or no? देखो पहले सेल वाले का एसएल हिट हुआ, फिर बाय वाले का एसएल हिट हुआ. Now what will the last person do now? Can you tell me what is the last person doing? What's the most obvious thing to do? Can you tell me what is the most obvious thing to do? Sell. And what did I tell you? Whenever there is a very obvious thing that a retail trader wants to do, what happens usually? When there is a very obvious thing that every retail trader will do, what is the likelihood of a big move coming in? Boom, boom, boom. Now you tell me, could anyone in their wildest dreams think of a big move coming in when the volumes were this low over here? How many of you are understanding this? बड़े मूव से पहले, just before the biggest moves, small volume accumulation starts happening. You have to identify that, because now every donkey, every Tom, Dick and Harry is now interested in the stock. And now if I show you a magical thing, do you think this is a multi-week breakout with big volume? Yes or no? That's where things get interesting. आप में से कितने लोग, how many of you are understanding? Look at the volume, look at the big breakout. Every single retail trader is interested to buy the stock. But my question is, once again, where did this move start from? Do I have a fresh order block? Do I have a fresh order block over here? Can I have a yes from all of you? Now, how do you identify this order block? Can we come to that so that we can continue this example and then do the example in Nifty, Bank Nifty, stocks with futures, stocks with options, commodities, maybe crypto and Forex? Can we do that? Yes or no? Let's understand what's the identification of this order block. Is that okay? Can we do an identification of this order block? This order block can be identified in two ways. The body of the last red candle before the big up move. How many of you have already observed this pattern like thing happening? This can be used in any time frame. Time frame can be daily, time frame can be 15 minutes, time frame can be 5 minutes. Different instruments work differently over here. Okay, so let me first tell you how do you identify an order block, and then we will keep identifying more order blocks. Okay, your order block is here. This, the body of the last red candle before the big displacement up move, is your order block. So Vaibhav, you don't have to buy here. No, you have to wait for the price to rebalance, come here with a decline in volume, and then buy here with the stop loss below this particular low, which is the low of the order block, and your target will be above this high. Is that clear? Is that clear? You can include the wick also, Gautam. Okay, so that's one way of identifying the order block. Okay, the second way of identifying the order block is when, again, a very similar thing, the last red candle will be formed, but after this red candle, you might have smaller narrow range consolidations happening. I repeat, you might have small narrow range consolidations happening after this candle. So yes, you have a large body red candle, and then simultaneously you have some candles which are red or green or whatever in color. I don't really care about them. All I care about is they are in a very tight inside range. How many of you are understanding what I'm trying to say? Right? So something like this. And if then this big candle appears, this entire range is my order block. This entire range is my order block. What I am trying to understand is what was the trigger point for this move to get launched? How many of you are understanding? What was that trigger point for this move to get launched? Because everyone wants to enter at the top of this candle. I am interested to see who were the buyers here. How many of you are with me? I want to focus on this area because that's where everything started. I want to focus on this area because that's where everything started. So now if I go down a little bit and now you have a next order block, can I extend this? Can I extend this area and now once again wait for the price to come into this area to buy? If the price comes, I will buy. If the price does not, I won't buy. Now, while all of this is happening, can you see one thing? A very, very interesting thing just happened, right? Just give me a minute. Can you see? This is a typical retail trader pattern. I will use multiple examples. Pehshad, I will tell you how to identify. I just want a little bit of your patience. Okay. How many of you are able to see this bull flag pattern? Can I have a yes in the chat, please? Are you able to kind of see this? That's what a typical retail trader is looking at, right? That's a bull flag pattern, right? Everyone who is buying this bull flag pattern, where will they keep their stop loss? Will they keep it below this white line? Do you please give me a yes or a no answer? For everyone who's buying the bull flag and pole is always going to keep a stop loss below this line. And a stop loss is a pending order, correct? A stop loss is a pending order. We have discussed this, right? A stop loss is a pending order. So if there are a lot of retail traders buying this bull flag, there is a lot of liquidity on the sell side below this line. That means if the price goes below the line, it will very quickly travel towards the order block. Do you agree? If there are a lot of people who will immediately sell as soon as the price breaks the white line, institutions would want to trigger that stop loss very quickly. Do you agree? Institutions पीछे पड़ जाएंगे क्योंकि उनको दिख रहा है इतना liquidity है. And institutions are anyway on the buy side. So now what happens is the price does this and then boom. How many of you have understood why did this big candle appear like this? And just look at the volumes. Do you think institutions are selling? Look at the volume of the chart and then give me an answer. Is this retail getting wiped out or is it institutional selling? You tell me. You guys are smart enough now. This is retail getting wiped out. This is retail getting liquidated. And now, tell me one more thing, and that's something that'll, that's something that'll interest you the most. Can I again create a trend line? Any retail trader creating this trend line has only one thing to do, and that is to sell. Do you agree? Any retail trader who creates this trend line has only one thing to do, and that is to sell, right? And now the price comes back into this range. And while the price comes back over here, the price enters my order block. So what are we supposed to do? Can anyone tell me? What are we as institutional traders supposed to do? We are supposed to buy. Absolutely good. But now what are retail traders looking at? Do you want to know that? Can you see a shoulder? Can you see a head? Can you see a shoulder? Are you forced to sell exactly where the institutions want to buy? Is it happening again? Is it happening again? Yes. And what's happening to volume? Who is getting wiped out? You look at the metrics now. What's happening to volume, my friend? Volume dry up. Do we want that? Do we want that? Yes, we want it. And now, as soon as the price taps into this little area, I'm going to keep my stop loss right over here, right? So I'm just going to zoom in. I'm going to keep my stop loss here. Where should be my target? Where will other retail donkeys enter? Above this high? Do you agree? How many of you think retail traders are so predictable? Don't you think institutional algorithms already know your move before even you plan it? How many of you have started believing so? If you use retail techniques, if we all are able to figure out exactly where retail traders will buy or sell, don't you think these guys with thousands of crores, can't they bloody code this? They absolutely can. And now you see the price enters this area and then suddenly there is a rejection. Now you understand why. Now, do you understand why? You place the order in as soon as the price comes into this range, Poppy. Price जैसे ही इस range में आके closing देता है red candle पे, that's where you have to buy. And then look at what the stock does for the next few weeks. How many of you can figure out, I will remove everything, that all of this was institutions constantly creating their buy positions to launch the big up move? How many of you agree that this was institutional accumulation to create that massive move that they wanted to? Now, I will take maybe Nifty, Bank Nifty, and another stock. Let's take, okay, so how many of you know these shipbuilding stocks, defense stocks are on a roll? How many of you are aware of this? Shipbuilding, public sector, these defense stocks are on a roll. Can we take one example from that spectrum? Because those stocks did absolutely wonderful. MassDoc, HAL, GRSE, Garden Reach. Okay, I'll take Garden Reach. So let's take GRSE, very, very big move recently in GRSE, right? So let's try to understand simple things. Okay. First, tell me one very, very important thing. Do you think every retail trader wants to buy above that high? I will explain it in Bank Nifty and Nifty. My friends, can I just ensure that everyone has understood the concept and then get into into complexities? Can I do that, please? It's taking me very hard to focus on every single. See, 1 day time frame is the most powerful time frame. I will go to a lower time frame. I just want clarity of thought. Then we can go to smaller time frames. I will take you to gold. I will take you to silver, crude oil, Nifty, Bank Nifty, Fin Nifty, whatever instrument you say, whatever time frame you say, I will take it. Is that okay? But if people have not understood things yet, it will be very difficult for me to explain it on a shorter time frame, because there will be more candles, there will be lesser clarity. Can we all cooperate? I will do it in both time. I'm not saying no. I'm just saying I've trained over 100,000 people and I know how human brain kind of syncs with the time frames, right? So that's what I want to do. So now, how many of you agree there will be lots of liquidity above this high? Like everyone wants to buy above this, right? Correct? Perfect. Now, can I say there is institutional activity here? There is institutional activity here. Can you spot these two areas where there is some institutional activity happening? Agreed? Do you agree? Volume dry up? Agreed, right? Now, what I'm trying to say is just think about it from a retail lens, and then I will show you the institutional lens. What is a retail trader supposed to do at point A? Do not lie to me, be honest. What's a retail trader expected to do at point A? Let's be honest. Are they selling precisely where institutions would want to buy? Are they selling precisely where the institutions would want to buy? And look at the volume. Look at the volume. Is retail getting knocked out? That's my question. Is retail getting knocked out? Okay. Now, let's move ahead a little. Okay. Do we have a breakout? Can I have a yes? Do we have a breakout and do we have good volumes? Yes or no? Can I say now every Telegram, Twitter, and YouTube channel wants to buy the stock at A? Can I say that? But can I say all this drama is starting from the body of the last red candle before the big up move? Can I say that? Yes or no? I would love all of you if you can respond in the chat box, because I am very excited. I'm very excited for people to know this. So now, anyone, how and why are retail getting knocked out? Okay, tell me one thing, sir. Retail traders are buying at A, right? They're buying after the breakout. They're buying after big volumes appear in the markets, right? They're selling over here because so-called trend line has broken down, right? And you all understand how retail traders operate. So now what I'm trying to say is, if institutions are really involved, can I say this is the area where the most recent leg of the up move started? Can I say that? Can we all have a yes? The most recent leg is what I want to consider. The most recent leg. So now, if the price comes back into this range, so let the price come back into this range. This is the red candle where the price comes back into this range. And now, again, if I tell you this is another trend line breaking below the moving average with a volume dry up, what are retail traders coincidentally going to do at point B? Please be honest with me. Coincidentally, retail traders are still selling where institutions and you and me want to buy with a volume dry up. Do you think it's a coincidence, or do you think there's a bloody system? Do you think it's a coincidence that everything is setting up like this? It's a perfectly planned order flow manipulation that's happening in front of you. Now, as an institutional order block trader, will you buy at B? I need a simple answer. Would you buy at B? Will your stop loss be just below the order block? And can I say your target will be above the high? Can I say that? This is like textbook stuff. Can I say your target will be anything above the high? Happily shopping, Dolly. All right. Now, I just want to say, do you think it was a perfectly planned retail murder? Has it blown your mind? That's the simple question that I have to ask. Every single day, retail traders are creating their own grave. Prakash Swine, when retail traders buy at A and the price does not go up, they have to bloody sell and get out of the stock. And that's what's getting the price to point B. So how many of you are understanding the origin of the move is more important than the move itself? How many of you would agree? The origin of the move is more important than the move itself. Now look at some other examples. This is Godfrey Phillips, right? How many of you are understanding this here? See, just look at this. How retail traders are very nicely invited into this breakout. How retail traders are very nicely invited to bloody sell the trend line. How many of you are identifying this? Nikhil, there are genuine breakouts. I'm not denying that. But the point is, Right now, 8 out of 10 breakouts will do something like this. Do you agree? Do you agree? 8 out of 10 breakouts will do like this, and 2 out of 10 will be genuine. So what do you think I should focus on? Things which are happening 8 out of 10 times, or things which are happening 2 out of 10 times? I am a mathematics guy. I'm a statistics guy, right? I will focus on something that's happening 80% of the times and try to create a system out of it, right? Now over here, how many of you can identify this OB really quick? Just look at how beautifully volume is playing out. Just look at this. Just look at this. Look at the decline. Rajiv, I told you I'll not be right 100% of the times. I'll only be right 70% of the times. So let me first tell you places where it has worked, and then we will randomly keep scouting to see the places where it did not work. Does that make sense, Rajiv? Is that okay? Let's first understand the system's perspective to look at the markets, and then we can randomly go to Nifty, Bank Nifty, Gold, Silver, whatever you want. You guys can decide a script, and then we can keep following it. Understood? How many of you are understanding this? Right? In gold, okay, gold's my favorite actually. So I'll just tell you in gold. Okay. So okay, I'll remove my previous order blocks, but I'll just try to show you some things which is predestined because you told about gold. So I'll just start off with that. How many of you can see a big displacement breaking the previous high, which is this blue area? Can I have a yes? Can I have a yes? Change the time frame. All right. Okay. So you want me to do it in Nifty on a smaller time frame? I'll do that, and then I'll come back to gold. Is that okay? Acha, is everyone following everything until now? Is all of that clear to you? And then I will show you some live executions. You will understand things in like a much better way. Is that okay? I have changed the time frame to 15 minutes. Okay. Now, how many of you can see this simple trading system? Price breaks the previous high, comes back into the order block only to take all the orders. You know, whoever buys the breakout over here is thrashed into pieces, and then the price actually makes the move that they wanted to, right? Another very simple example, although the price never came here, if the price would have come here, I would have taken the trade over here. Apart from that, okay, that's a different story. I can probably show you more examples. So on the 15-minute, I don't really have an example over here. This is all budget day and election day volatility. So I would like to ignore all of that stuff right now. Okay, so now if you want, you can check this out. How many of you can understand that this is where the last green candle before the big fall? Can I call it a bearish order block? Please give me an answer. The body of the last green candle, it will be the opposite for the bearish trade, right? Yes or no? Okay, look at this. How many of you can identify an order block over here? Can I have a yes? The order block has to break the previous high with a big move. The price comes here only to move back up. Then the price breaks the previous low over here, comes back in a very, very aggressive way, and then comes back over here to just dump the hell down. And then the price just continues in whichever direction it wants to. And then, again, not every day should be open to both side move. Absolutely. And see, how many of you agree Nifty, Bank Nifty have very big gap up and gap downs? So you have to be ready that not every day you will find a trade idea. How many of you accept that? You will not get a trade idea every single day. You'll have to wait, and you'll have to see with wherever you get your trading idea, you execute that. Now tell me one thing. How many of you can identify this as an order block in gold? Can I have a yes? This is a daily time frame for gold. Can you see a displacement breaking the previous high? And any breakout trader who tries to buy here gets out. They try to buy here, they get out. They try to buy here, they get out. They try to buy here at this breakout, they get out. How many of you are seeing from your own eyes 4 breakout attempts, all 4 failing? Yes or no? And this is gold, internationally traded commodity. I'm not telling you some random stock. This is gold. How many of you are with me? Can I have a yes? Because I have something that will blow your mind to a 5x larger extent. Do you agree? I have something which will blow your mind 5x larger than what's everything happened over here. So now can I say when the price comes back into the order block, that's where my long trade will get executed or initiated? Yes or no? Can I say when the price comes back into the body of the last red candle before the big impulsive up move? Okay. So let's wait and let's see when the price comes back here. So we wait, we keep waiting, and we will obviously have an alert set up, and then the price comes here. Okay. Now the price comes here. So I have one question. On what day can you see on the screen in gold, in silver, in index, volume will not play the same role? Volume will not play the same role. Okay. Volumes are not going to play the same role. Is that okay? Clear? Why? Because gold is traded in multiple markets. So tracking its volume is going to be a problem. Do you agree? Gold can be traded in many markets. So you don't really have the exact number or exact volume. And that's why volume will not play the same role if you trade crypto, forex, or index. But volume will play the same role if you are trading stocks. Give me 15 more minutes. I will show you 10 more examples of trades that I have executed live. Yes, Shubham, this is live. Okay. Now, let me explain a very simple thing to you. Can you tell me the date on which the price has arrived into the order block? I have hovered over it with my cursor. Can you tell me the date on which the price is literally at the lowest junction or the lowest area of the order block? It's 4th of October. So now let's go to our database. Okay, let's go to Discord and let's try to do some fun. All right. So I'm just going to open things up for you. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on search. I'll search gold. And then I will go to 4th of October. And then let's see what's happening there. So I'll click on jump. What's the date? Can I know it from you all? That's my server. 4th of October, 4:44 p.m. What are we doing? Are we going long on gold on a 1-day time frame, which is like a swing trade? Absolutely yes. And you will be surprised to see that this point, ladies and gentlemen, was literally the bottom for gold. Do you think it's a coincidence? Maybe, maybe not. Do you think this little area was the bottom for gold? Was it a coincidence? I'm again asking you. I am not telling anything to you. Do you think it was a coincidence, or do you again think there's something, there's some system, there's again one way in which the price liquidates everybody, takes a lot of these traders out of the equation? Now look at this. How many of you can see how many traders would be caught in this false breakout? How many of you agree that a lot of people would have been trapped into this fake out, this false breakout? This is the 20 period moving average. I will tell you what use do. I actually use the 20 period moving average to do trailing stop losses. I will talk about that. It's basically only to manage the trade. Now, can I go to like a 15-minute time frame and show you like maybe a couple of other examples? Can I show that to you? Can I show a couple of more examples in gold for people who are interested? Okay, a more recent example. Will you not be able to take this trade? You tell me. Based on what I have taught you, will you not be able to take this trade? You will be able to take, right? Correct. Bank Nifty, okay. I'll go to Bank Nifty. I'll go to like a 1 minute, 5 minute, whatever time frame, whichever time frame you want. I'm okay. I don't really have a problem. Okay. So let's go to Bank Nifty and let's try to figure out. So see, these are big gaps. So I will have to avoid these big gaps and I will have to take the price to a place where there is some solid, straight up move that the market has given, right? So now see, this is all budget day volatility, lots of crap. So I will just move up to a place. So this is, I think, election day, right? This is election. So I'll have, so is it okay if I go before the election day? Because if you look at the volatility over here, right, if you look at this kind of price action, yes, you have like a few trades here and there, but there is absolutely no clean move at any place that I see in this entire area. And I have not even traded Nifty or Bank Nifty with this. I'd rather get a better setup in mid cap Nifty or maybe some other index, and that's what I would like to play. And I told you in the starting, I care about trading the right instrument which gives me the right setup. Now, if you want, you can have a look at this where you can see like a good displacement happening over here. And if I tell you the body of the last red candle before the big impulsive up move, that's your order block. How many of you are able to understand this move? Can I have a yes, please? How many of you are able to understand why did the price like a spring suddenly bounce off here? Understood, right? So now let's take one more example of a live trade so that you understand things in a better way, right? I'll take up crude, but before that, I'll just take another very popular stock. So all of these trades are from a different perspective, a different strategy. I will show you intraday trades also. I will first show you easier trades, something that you can start executing from tomorrow, and then I will increase the level. Is that okay with everybody? Is that okay for everybody? We all know the overall concept. So can I step up the difficulty level now? Do I have the authority to do that? Perfect. Okay. Now, there is a stock called Britannia, and the date that I will be referring to is 22nd April. Okay. Now, the reason I'm showing this to you is I'm going to do an exercise with you. Okay. So I will go again to Britannia. Okay. And I will show you a simple stuff. And then I am increasing the difficulty in the next maybe 5 minutes. All right. Now, my question to you is, do you see a breakout at point B? Do you see a breakout at point B? And how many of you can identify that all of this is starting from A? Is A your order block? Is B where your liquidity is being grabbed? Is B a place where everyone is trapped? And is A the area where institutions are probably creating their positions? Correct? Yes or no? Perfect. Now, when the price comes down, over here, now a lot of people are saying, why not at A? So basically, when the price reaches this little area, you have to understand, when the price reaches this little area, if you want to execute your trade at the order block, you can. But the reason I did not do it, can you see earnings? Can you see 6th of February was earnings of this stock? How many of you can see this? There is E written over here. There is E written over here. Yes or no? When the price arrived in this block, there was earnings. Are earnings in my control? Are earnings in my control? No, so I will not take a trade. But do I have another order block at A? Can I wait for the price to come here and execute my trade? Can I do that? Can I wait for the price to come here? Okay, the price is here. Can I execute my trade now? Can I execute my trade now? Okay, so now I'll zoom in a little bit. What's the date on my cursor? Can you tell me? What's the date on my cursor? 22nd April. That's the move that we capture. I obviously did not capture the entire move, but I'll now take you to help you understand that it's not something that I am just showing you on charts. These are executed live. Is that okay with everybody? I am doing this to build confidence that I am doing the exact same thing which I am teaching you. How many of you are understanding my effort over here? Right? So 22nd April, we buy and we wait. We buy and we wait. 3 consecutive days. So this is the 1 hour time frame. We keep waiting. So 2 consecutive days of green movement, 2 consecutive days of green movement. Okay, we just keep waiting and waiting. And then finally, we are booking our profits on this day where we get the biggest candle with the biggest volume. Yes or no? We're booking profits in Britannia over here. Stock is up 6.5%. 1:5 risk reward ratio. That's what you want to achieve. That's exactly what you want to achieve. Okay. Yes, Harpreet, you have a question? 4897. What about first OB? Okay, so I'll just go back over here. Okay. So what did I tell you? Are you talking about this area? See, if the price is never coming there, I'll not do it. And I told you, right? This entire area where your order block came in around 4897, there were earnings on that day. So the day the price triggered into the order block, earnings thi. So I will not take the trade now. Okay. Now one more example, and I will try it. Okay. So if you want, I can take it in some other script. Okay. Arey Baba, Harpreet, if there are earnings are not in my control, then why will I take earnings, meaning the results of the stock? Why will I take the entry? Okay. Anyone wants Bank Nifty? Anyone for Bank Nifty? Bajaj Finance or Bajaj FinServ? Okay, interesting. So I will take that for you, sir. No problems at all. So I'll just jump in over here. Okay. And I will explain a Bank Nifty trade for you, which is taken based on this concept. All right. So now how many of you can observe? So now first I will tell you like the time stamped things over here. So you can see we are going short on Bank Nifty with like live timestamps, and I'll show you the reason why we went. So how many of you can see the previous low is being broken because of some selling that is originating from here? Can I have a yes? Can I have a yes? So now when the price comes back into this range, I know the other pending orders are about to get executed. And that's where we buy some puts in Bank Nifty only to see the prices just declining and the premiums shooting about 90%. Right? Now, a lot of you have already understood how the order block framework is to be executed. Now, what exactly is the idea? Is you wait for a price to break the previous high, create your displacement candle, wait for your price to come to the order block and execute your trade like this. Yes or no? Is this what you have understood? Correct? Now, can I say there are chances that the price may never come back to this area, but it rather can keep moving higher from this area? Do you agree? ऐसा भी तो हो सकता है that the price never comes back to this area. Very common. So in that case, what would you do? So let's try to understand. All our other parameters will remain the same. Someone is talking about Bajaj, FinServ, etc. So let me start off with the biggest stocks in India, and then I will come to your Bajaj, FinServ, and the trades that I've taken in June and July. All right. So let me teach you a simple setup, and then let me take the level a little higher. So now what I want is I definitely want the price to move higher and create an imbalance. And then I want the price to consolidate and create a narrow tight range formation at the top of the base with a decline in volume. So my first question to you is, can you see a decline in volume? Can you see a volume dry up or a decline in volume? Yes. The second thing that you have to see is, this is the VWAP indicator, which is like a dynamic liquidity indicator, which tells you where institutional buying is very likely to get triggered from. Now, when the price creates a narrow, tight range base in a structure like this with a volume dry up, you have to enter within this base, and your stop loss will be below your last swing low, which is this. And now you wait for a 1:3 target, meaning everything remains the same. The only thing which changes is that the price will never come back all the way back down, but rather the price will create a rectangular base near the high. Is that clear? I repeat, the price is not going to come back down. The volume will still dry up, and the price is most likely to create a tight range rectangular formation near the previous high, where absorption of supply is happening, meaning whatever supply is there near this resistance area, this is getting absorbed by the buyers slowly and steadily, and we are awaiting a big breakout. Is the logic clear to you? That's the second strategy that I am teaching you, which is like an enhanced version, primarily suited for intraday traders and for people who want to do short-term trading. So this is a 5-minute time frame, and I am trading India's one of the most valued stock, which is Tata Consultancy Services, correct? Can this stock be easily manipulated? More than 1.5 lakh crore market capitalization. Can this stock be easily manipulated? That's my question to you. No, right? Let's understand the magic of institutional trading. So we go long on Tata Consumer, Tata Consultancy Services, only to see this happen the next day. How many of you are understanding that when these volumes are dead and they are drying up, something big is cooking? Write a yes if you agree that something big is definitely cooking when the volumes are drying up. Next, I'll start with this and then I'll keep going lower. So this is Reliance Industries. Now, how many of you can identify a simple structure like this with a volume dry up or a volume decline? Can I have a yes? Rajiv, right now we are not even trading the order block, my friend. The order block strategy will ask you to trade here. I am asking you to trade here, my friend. Rajiv, are you understanding? One is the order block setup, one is the squeeze setup. There is a difference between a flag. It's not a flag. Gauri, I will come to the stock selection part of the equation. Now, how many of you agree all our parameters are getting fulfilled? Can I have a yes from the chat? Volume decline done. Imbalance move done. Contraction done. Stop loss below the last swing low done. Everyone's understanding that. And now what happens for the next 3 days? We hold the position and then we capture this entire move. Now, how many of you are understanding why did this fake out happen? Write a yes if you know the reason and the logic already. That's a liquidity grab. How many of you can understand this order block and then the move up? How many of you are now able to understand these moves? Can I have a yes? बहुत बहुत ही simple है. Understood? Now someone said Bajaj Finance FinServ. So I will take futures options. I'll take like a mix of everything. Okay. So now I've taken some futures ka example. Then I'll switch to some cash market ka example, and then I will come to like very recent plays that we have taken up. Okay. So now let's come to understand June, July ke some trades which were like blockbuster and some trades which were like very, very good. Okay. So now How many of you can identify a very good structure? So let me change the color of my cursor so that I think you guys can probably understand things in a better way. Volume dry up, structure which looks like this, volume drying up. How many of you are able to identify this? Can I have a yes? We are buying at the point of the lowest volumes. The stop loss is below the last swing, and then stock is bought on 27th of June, and in a matter of, so this is what happens the next, the moment you buy it, that just look at the volume bar, just look at the candle, and then in a matter of, I think, 4 days, I will show you the result of what that stock does based on that concept. And again, you see volume dry up again, similar thing popping up once again. And then in a matter of 4 days, that's the entire move that you capture, which is a 25 to 30% move in a matter of 3 days. Isn't it powerful? Can I have a yes or a no? Similarly, if you want to play any other stocks, I can just keep showing you stuff. You want to see in future, someone said Bajaj Finance FinServ. I can take like any random stock and I can show that, because we have probably executed this play in that stock multiple times, right? Every single day these setups get formed. Wherever these setups get formed, our priority is to execute them. Okay, what are the settings for screening? Okay, so I'm coming to screening now. Sometimes the setup can fail also. How many of you agree the setups can fail? So let's take example of this Eicher Motors trade, right? The price was consolidating, the volume was drying up, we were into the trade, the price moved up very nicely, but then ultimately came back to cost. So yes, the trade worked in our favor, but we got out at cost. And a lot of times this can happen. Now, if you look at IRCTC, look at the volume decline, look at the contraction, you're only seeing a simple thing. And then just look at the volume spike. And that exact timing is all you need in your trades. That's exactly what you want to be focusing on. Now, there's a very clean trade, and this is your last example so that I can then move on to the next bit. Now, how many of you can identify a trade idea over here? It's a 5-minute time frame. It's a stock called SRF. There is a volume dry up. There is an impulsive imbalance. Can I have a yes from everyone if you can identify this simple structure with a volume dry up? Right? Your stops are below the last swing. We go long on SRF. And again, as I said, I'll show you the timestamp of everything. And then we wait for a matter of few minutes, and then we book our, this is where we book about 16,000 rupees of gains per lot in that particular name. And that's what's important. Now, someone was talking about crude oil. So let's go to crude oil. How many of you can identify an order block over here? Just answer a yes in the chat. I'm reading all the chat box. So if you can identify an order block based on what we have learned today, write a yes. So should I be buying here? That's my question to you. Should I be buying here? Absolutely yes. So again, you have the timestamp 8:42 p.m. 26 seconds. And then this is my T1, T2, T3. So the moment I buy, do you think this reaction is a coincidence? Do you think this reaction is a coincidence? There is a candle closing, no? There is a candle. See, as soon as the price taps and closes, that's your entry. Okay, as soon as the price comes, it taps, and that's exactly where your entry is. Is that clear to everybody? Right? And then you get your T1, you get your T2. Was this like a picture perfect trade? How many of you understood this crude oil trade? And do you really think there is some fancy software involved, or do you really think there's some fancy things involved? Danny, how do you time your buy perfectly? I'll talk about that, right? I'll talk about that. I'll show you how it's done. Now look at Aarti Industries. And again, How many of you can identify the same parameters? Can I have a yes? Same parameter. I think everything is same. You don't really need more hand holding. That's your timestamp. And that's where your big move comes in Aarti, right? That's where your big move in Aarti comes in. And that's where you do. Francis, see, majority of these trades, so these are intraday plays. When we have our swing trades, they are into a separate section. So now, if you want to see swing trades, I showed you one swing over here, because the similar concept is applied in almost every name. So this is Sandhar. I'll just show Sandhar also to you. How many of you, this is like the 15-minute time frame where the profit was moving. So how many of you can identify an order block here? Quick. I want a quick answer. How many of you can see an order block here? How many of you can understand this move? Perfect. Okay, now let's go to swing trades. Okay, so let's go to some swing trades and understand what exactly is happening. All right, so you'll get a much better idea, and I'll try to take the most recent ones. So again, you will get like a very, very good picture perfect idea of how things essentially work. So let me scroll up a little bit and show me the trades for June and July, so that you get like a very good answer. Now, if you look at Asian Paints, this is a different strategy, but you will see the volumes drying up. 1-day time frame for swing traders. The moment we take the trade, the very next moment, you just see we are up about 2% like in no time. Why? Because we got the news before everyone else at 11:44 a.m. and then 1:29 p.m. that Asian Paints are increasing paint prices. How many of you know that these breaking news can create a lot of price movement? How many of you are aware of this? I don't know, like if you know what catalysts are, and all of these are swing plays like Jubilant, Farmova 4%, Blue Jet. All of these are swing. In swings, you trade a little differently, but I'll again show you 2 or 3 trades with perfect setup that I have used, which I have taught you today, so that even if you want to do your swing trades, you can exactly execute like I did today. So let me show you very, very good examples of swing trades also. So let me scroll up to the month of June, and let's look at OMDC. So this is a very interesting name. Okay, so how many of you can see a picture perfect play over here with a volume decline? Can I have a yes? Can I have a yes? Farhana, don't worry about taxes, my friend. If there are income taxes, will you stop making money? That's my question. Is it not the same setup that I've been teaching you all this while? Orissa Minerals, is this not the same setup? Now let me tell you how much returns did this give. So the same day itself, the stock was up 6-7%. The next day, stock was up 7%. That's exactly then and the same, like I think on 18th, which is 2 days later, stock was up 13%. Is this what you need in a stock? Same concept in swing. That's the entry, boss. That's the entry. That's your stop loss. How many of you are finding it absolutely powerful? How many of you are finding it absolutely powerful? That's the kind of ROI that you generate. So as I said, I want to be right 70 to 75% of the times. I'm okay. Like everything else works for me, right? That's what I want to do. And then you have FNO stocks that work a little differently. There are stocks that so there's another gold trade that I think we took, the one which I showed you. So that also worked very in a very, very similar way. So again, you have to understand that if you stick to a system and you completely follow every single rule to the T, you will be able to get the results that you are expecting, right? So that's your swing trades. If you want a slightly higher duration trades, I can show you something like a Happy Forgings, right? So we bought Happy Forgings over here. Volumes are completely dead, and in a matter of few days, this is what Happy Forgings does for you, right? So this is MOIL. So I'll show you now. This is MOIL. You look at the volume dry up. The setup is a little different. This is MOIL MOIL. Next day stock 8%. The next day 18%. And then upper circuit locked. And then the next day another 5% move. So all of this, again, it completely works on how you want to, figure out how this is ice make refrigeration. So the day you enter with the same setup, you just look at the volumes. The day you enter 12th of June, 10:42 a.m. And by the time it is 2:29 p.m., the stock is already in an upper circuit. That's the power of institutional trading, right? So again, what I want you all to understand is don't run behind options, don't run behind gold, silver, or anything. Trade what your market or your trade what trade what your entire system is allowing you to trade. How many of you are understanding this? How many of you are understanding this? Yes or no? Okay, perfect. Okay, now one of the most important things, how do you do your stock selection? How many of you are interested to know that? Now I will have a Q&A where I will resolve every query. Now I want to explain how does the stock selection work. So now there are no screeners or scanners that will actually help you, because we are trying to enter before the move happens in the market. Do you agree? We are trying to enter into the markets before the move actually happens. So a screener or a scanner will tell you after the move has happened. But I am not interested in that. I want to look at the markets and I want to know which stocks will explode before the move actually happens. So for that, I have created a list of stocks where this setup works absolutely beautiful. And I will give this list of stocks to you. And towards the end of the webinar, in a few minutes, I will tell you how to import them into your TradingView account. This software is TradingView, it's free for all, right? So what I'm going to tell you is I'm going to give you a large cap focused watch list. I'm going to give you a micro small cap. I'm going to give you a mid cap. I'm going to give you a small cap watch list, which is a customized watch list where all you need to do is identify this setup either on the 1-day time frame or on the 5-minute time frame, depending on whether you are an intraday trader or a swing trader. Is that clear to everybody? Let's keep it very simple. 1-day time frame if you're a swing trader, 5-minute time frame if you're an intraday trader. Stock scanning has to be manual because you want to enter before everyone else. There are over 2,000 stocks. It will take some time for you to scan. And we are professionals. We have our entire business is created out of advisory. So we have special systems with which we scan. And towards the end of the webinar, I'll tell you how that can help you in scanning stocks in a better way. Now, to motivate you to keep your system simple and powerful, I've shown you my PNL. I'll show you what people are achieving with just using this system that I have taught you in front of you. Okay, right? The reason I'm telling this to you is a lot of people are wasting so much money primarily trying to scalp options or trade options. So I'll show you people who've transformed using the same strategy that you guys are learning so that you are motivated to use the same rules. So towards the end, I'll show you some rules. If you follow these rules, you can achieve similar objectives. So that's a trader from our community, recently started trading back, created a demat account, was lost in the markets, then joined. And then after the strategy application started, you can see the consistency of the big winners, small losers starts off. Over here, there is a trader called Karan using only institutional trading strategies and starting to build up on his profitable journey. Look at the consistency of Vasu. He's another trader. Just look at, and it's literally an all green PNL. Why? Because he's trading absolutely spot on, although with a smaller capital, but he's trying to do really good. And you will see This is Dr. Ravi. He's like a passive part-time trader, and I could see a lot of people in the room who were saying, can we do part-time trading? This is a very good example. Using this strategy and literally cheating and exploiting the market by having a consistent win rate, and again just focusing on consistency and good risk reward ratio. Over here, if you see Bharat Sirvi, again June month very consistent. There is another trader called Rishi, very small trader, just starting off, very consistent numbers. Over here, this is Kamal, again just starting off. And all of these traders, if you look at their consistency, how many of you see, I told you in the starting, I don't know if you remember this or not, do we prioritize consistency over anything? Can I have a yes or a no answer? Do we prioritize consistency over anything? Now look at this, majority of greens. Have you seen option traders achieve this ever in their life? And now look at the transition. The person signs up for the community and starts learning about institutional trading, and then just look, although these numbers are not very big for this particular trader, but this is a good start, right? And if you look at a trader with a 1.9 lakh capital, I mean, these numbers are absolutely phenomenal, right? Over here, this is another number, and this is not for like one person, but if you look at, let's say this is a trader, 2 months of dedicated learning in with institutions, and just look at the big leap that your trading career can take. You will not even realize. But does it take time? Yes. Will you need to spend some time with your charts? Absolutely yes. Another trader, and the only thing that I want you to focus on is the reward to risk ratio that is being followed. This is the, I think this is the unique proposition of the strategy, that your reward to risk ratio is absolutely fantastic. Another trader and another, yes, you should take leverage if you can manage your risk. Absolutely yes. And all of these traders, see, the moment they start learning, initially they have a hiccup, but then they have the first breakthrough month very quickly. How many of you are motivated enough to get results like these guys who are consistently acing it in the markets, right? And every single trader you will see is profitable in the month of May, June. This is a funded account trader. This is another trader with small capital trying to test everything out. So this trader, out of 14 days, 12 days are in profit. That's a big achievement. So all of this, all of this consistency is only possible if you are able to get the right, right systems, which I have taught you, execute it with the right rules, and then extract all of these results out. And you will see this with almost every single trader. And that consistency is what you also can achieve, probably only and only if you do the right things at the right time. So now I will be introducing you to a tool which can help you get your trading to a better level. So now in this webinar, you've learned how price delivery is done. You have also learned how, who moves the prices, how liquidity is being created, how retail stop losses, institutional orders are done. Stock selection, Mohit, as I said, it's a manual process, meaning you have to scan stocks. Okay, so the first question that I have is, how many of you who who are currently with us, can you understand why did the price move up from here? Can I have a yes or a no answer, so that I'll tell you, Chirag, how can you be a part of Discord? We trade live every day. Absolutely yes. Absolutely. I'll tell you. So how many of you identify why did the price go up from here? Can you identify the order block? Can you identify the order block? Absolutely, yes, absolutely. Wonderful. So this is what you learned in the order block system. Then you learned how the prices consolidate and contract near the highs. And again, if you look at all of these examples, you will see so many probabilities of absolutely phenomenal price action. So now, for you, for all of those who want to get started with institutional trading and who want to, join our Discord, and if you want to start up, I will tell you one very simple thing. So StockWiz, we create super traders, and we continuously conduct these workshops to empower retail traders to learn institutional trading. And now what we are doing is we are creating a disruption in the retail trading industry, and that is we are creating a mobile application along with live trading and a full-fledged course which will teach you institutional trading from the absolute scratch. So StockWiz, you get a artificial intelligence powered research application, execution speed of 50 milliseconds. You scan your face ID and the application automatically scans these stocks. They also scan and calculate your position sizing, everything done in a single click. Your broker gets connected with the application and you explore fully automated trading. That means you get 10 SEBI registered research analysts to work for you, powered with technology. Along with that, you can set your goals as to what do you want to achieve from the markets, and the app is going to help you to do that. And yes, you can get access to that. Along with that, you get industry first features where you trade with over 10,000 people live every single day with SEBI registered research analysts in some way like this, where we are streaming live, we are trading and executing right in front of you, which is a game changer. You get push notifications of every single trade that we execute so that you can replicate the same trade. And for those of you who are very, very beginner, or if you want to elevate your trading game, you also get the entire super trader course in English and Hindi, where we teach you from the absolute scratch. And the most important thing is you cover futures and options, you cover stock trading, swing trading, and you execute it live every single day. Unless and until you are executing something live, you are not going to extract value out of it. Apart from that, as I said, the application is going to create a retail trading revolution in the markets, as this is the first app in India who will automatically calculate your position size, do risk management on your behalf, do order execution on your behalf, is confirmed and approved by the National Stock Exchange and SEBI. You can connect your broker, choose your product types, and we make wealth creation a process where technology meets our research. We specialize in research, so we give you these trading ideas where you can exactly see where your estimated gains are. We scan stocks for you, and you can just use your face ID to either semi-automate or fully automate each and every trade in the market. So for you to get Discord access, live trading access, and lifetime access to every single feature for lifetime, you can opt for the StockWiz membership, which is limited to 100 seats. So we only have 100 seats to which you can sign up. Once these seats get over, you will not be able to access the application. The application is going to launch on the 15th of August, which is Independence Day. And then you can basically get lifetime access for a price of 14,499, includes 18% GST. No upfront fee, no payment, no extra monthly subscription, one-time payment, lifetime access to the entire course, to Discord server, to live trading, to signals, callouts, and every other research advisory product that we have. And also, most importantly, you get the application access for lifetime. So once these 100 seats are okay, so whoever is messaging me about the link, you will get your name in front of the screen. So don't worry about that. Yes, I will give you an app walkthrough right now. And once I tell you the app walkthrough, you will understand what it takes to be a part of this retail trading revolution. Yes, you learn from the absolute scratch. It's a live and a mix of recorded course. Absolutely, yes. And see, you don't really learn trading from a course. A course can tell you the right path. What I have taught you in the webinar, people can charge you 20,000, 25,000 rupees for what I have taught you today. What's more important is how can you actually execute and help your members make money in real-time markets. And that's what I've shown you on Discord on how our members are actually getting an ROI, which is done nowhere in India. Now, we have a biggest policy of absolutely high transparency. For people who are saying the price is 19,999, no, you can use the coupon code SW25, and then yes, you will get instant access. You can start trading from tomorrow. Now let me take you to an interesting arena where I will show you how does exactly everything works. I'll first show you our website where I'll tell you how are we different than any other entity in India. So number one, we believe access to technology to retail investors is something that has to be given. So we have an ecosystem where we focus on results. We don't really focus on courses or any workshop or anything. We give out our strategies. Some of our strategies we give out in webinars like this so that we empower traders. But the traders who want to seriously take their trading game a notch higher, and if they really want to start their compounding process a little early, that's the people who become our StockWiz members. We help you trade like the institutions. We give you world-class education. You learn where retail traders get trapped. You learn where institutions accumulate, and then you learn these setups where you can participate alongside institutions. And now we are a team of over 10 research analysts and a team of 50 people in total. So we know a lot more about the markets than an average retail trader, and we help them with the research. As a SEBI registered research analyst, we have an accuracy over 75%, with an average risk reward of 2.5x, and every single trade, my verified PNL, the PNL of the members is a testimony to how we create value. That's the example of how live trading happens every day, where you can ask your question, whichever position that you are in, you can ask to a SEBI registered advisor in real time. This is revolutionary in India. You will collaborate and network with India's top traders, and our community members are known for the networking that they offer to you. And with our application launching on the 15th of August, we are empowering retail traders with artificial intelligence powered fully automatic trading. Our community members are a part of the world's largest and the most powerful companies, and hence we create India's most powerful communities. You get interactive live trading, you get all the scanned stocks on a piece of platter because our analysts keep doing it for you. Traders collaborate and trade together. We have pioneered this is a product which is built for traders by traders, and we have pioneered the concept of community trading. 84% of our traders are profitable if they follow the systems and the strategies that I tell you. You get 71% faster executions, a 50% improved rate, and 25% reduction in your trading costs primarily for this. You also can visit our office, which is in Jodhpur, and you can see the transparency. There are three things that we will disrupt for all retail traders. Number one is education, where we want to finish all the courses in the world because our webinars are so powerful. And I think you will agree, no future charges for algo. Once you become a member, it's done and dusted, right? Once you become a member, it's done and dusted. We are disrupting financial markets education, we are disrupting research and advisory, and we are disrupting technology, right? So that's what we want to do. You have the entire details of the entire team which is there, who's creating, and we have partnered with India's biggest companies. That's what we do. That's what we aim to achieve. Now, coming on to the application, which is now going to blow your mind, let me quickly show you something that is again going to completely change the dynamics of retail trading forever. So now, as I said, we are going, yes, you can pay through credit card, and I will show you the number of seats which are left. But now just have a look and just decide for yourself. This is the future of retail traders. You can choose from trading, investing, whether you are a trader or an investor. You connect your demat account. That means the money stays in your account. You connect your demat account. Once your account is connected, you directly get trade ideas with live returns and profit potential in front of you. You can select and adjust your trading capital, adjust your risk. Everything is pre-selected. You don't even have to click. The stop loss target predetermined by the application, the potential profit, position sizing calculation, swipe, and your orders get executed. You can track you can track all of your trades in real time. You will get your verified PNL directly from the application. As soon as the target gets triggered, the application will auto execute your target. This is a revolution. This is the first product which is built for traders by traders, powered by superior technology to get you to the best way possible. So your job is to ensure that you are trading the right way. And what we do is we try to automate this entire process wherever you will face a problem. This is a prototype of the application which you're going to be getting. So you can just click here, connect your broker. Once your broker is connected, you can choose from trading, investing. You can understand what kind of trades do you want to take, and then you can automate things with these strategies. So that's exactly what you can create, and that's what we want. You have futures and options, absolutely yes. Yes, you are correct. We primarily, a lot of working professionals are people who benefit greatly, even traders, because you have to understand that if you don't have access to technology, you will be behind the markets. So what we do is we scan every single thing. We give you market data, and we also give you live news which is powered by artificial intelligence. So if you see, no extra charges, nothing. The app is already live on the Play Store, but no one can access it right now because we are in the final stage of testing. People who are our members, they will get access on 15th of August. No extra charges, nothing. And that's the greatest part. People charge you 10,000 rupees a month or maybe 5,000 rupees a month. This is 14,499 for the entire lifetime. It's less than 500 rupees per month, even if you use it for 2 years. And as I said, we are using Gemini and ChatGPT to integrate every single bit piece of news to help you understand why a particular stock is moving. So for example, JBM Auto shares are trading higher after Z Business reported that Indian Army will procure 113 electric emission buses. This is an important information for you to know to stay ahead of the game. You can also do multiple things when you get your, whenever you are tracking a signal, you can exactly see where the current price is, where your target is. You can join your trading community, absolutely. So once you become a member, you can definitely be a part of the trading community. Absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes. So I will just again brief you on what you get. A lot of people are asking me. So the course starts from the absolute scratch, and it covers 10 such institutional trading strategies. It covers futures and options. It covers every single thing. Like we cover commodity trading, we cover crypto trading, we even cover forex. We also cover intraday and swing trading. Our primary motive is consistency in profitability. See, as a SEBI registered entity, we provide absolutely top class research to our clients. And I have told you multiple times, we don't do what the overall crowd is doing. We don't really do this. Yes, Saptarshi Sinha, this course starts from absolute ABCD. What is demat account? 14,999 only app or session. Sivakumaran. People don't believe the pricing. The price gets you the entire course. It gets you entire Discord access, lifetime access for live trading, and lifetime access to all of these things which are written, right? Everything you get lifetime access for 14,499. It includes 18% GST. There are no extra charges. Yes, you are right. Uma Sankaran, yes, you and your wife can share, absolutely yes. The language is English and Hindi both. So we have availabilities in English and Hindi both. Absolutely yes. Absolutely correct. So that's exactly what we try to essentially achieve with this. So what we do is there are people who want to utilize our research and then slowly learn how to trade in the markets. So we help those people. And you've seen the profits that the community members are making, and that's because they are just sticking to the system. As I said, nothing is done on WhatsApp. Nothing is done on WhatsApp. This is on a private server where everything happens. And as I said on 15th of August, the reason why we are giving a discount is because the application is launching on 15th of August. And once the application is live, no subscriptions to auto trade later, no Sadashiv. That's the best part. When you join early before the launch, you are getting a steal deal for every single thing that you are getting. You are getting lifetime signals and callouts. You're getting the entire course access for lifetime. You're getting live trading assistance for lifetime. You are getting the application access for lifetime. I mean, that's the max that we can get. So we've got some last 30 seats left in the making. So it's a real-time updater where we are getting updated. Once these are sold out, you will see that the payment link will stop working, and then the pricing jumps to 19,999. So the first 100 people to sign up get the pricing, and post that we get the 19,999 pricing. So that's exactly how things work. Do you also have it in Hindi? As I said, yes, English, Hindi both are available. We cover futures, options, equity, and the average returns that our research callouts and our members make is somewhere in the range of 12 to 16% every month. Sometimes it's even higher, sometimes it's even lower. For people who have already joined, I welcome all of you. You will get your name on the chat box, and you will see the onboarding details sent to you by the relationship manager. So I will just tell you how will you join a community. I just said, Mr. Pandian, you will get the onboarding details very, very shortly, right? So a lot of people are texting me that I'm a working professional. Can I automate this? Absolutely, yes. You can decide your exact risk appetite, because see, everyone has a different risk appetite. You can also decide that I only want to take intraday trades. I only want to take swing trades. And by the time the application actually comes out on 15th of August, you can, the Discord server, which I was showing you throughout the webinar, you get push notifications of the trades that we are taking every single day. So you can definitely keep automating those trades. Absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes. Spot on. Yes, correct. So again, index, gold, silver, commodities, or all of those kind of asset classes can be automated. And can't we buy for tomorrow? Absolutely, yes. You can buy tomorrow as well, depending on how many seats are left by the end of today, right? So the live tracker says we have about 23 seats left for the 14,499 price. Yes, you can get a GST input. So people, Mr. Glenn, you have to use the coupon code SW25. Use code SW25 to avail a 25% discount for webinar attendees only. Can I share this link with someone else? Don't do it because it's only for webinar attendees. Anurag, what I mean by automation and why do you need automation, I'll just tell you, right? So what happens is over 90% of all orders in the Indian markets are currently automated with algorithms. Now, you as a retail trader will not be able to create algorithms, neither do you have the technology to create that. So what we have done is we have created these systems in-house. We connect your broker. So we don't take any money. The money stays in your broker account. You can just select, show your face ID every day. In every 24 hours, I just need your face ID for authentication. We don't do anything without client authorization. I hope you understand that. You have to show your face ID every 24 hours. That's it. Can we do that? This is for people who want complete automation. Then there are some traders who want to do their trading on their own, this thing, but they want options. Timings of the classes are 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. on the weekend, or 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on the weekend. Every single class which is taken live, the recording is available. It's available in English and Hindi, and you can watch it unlimited times. You can connect this to NRI demat accounts also and corporate demat accounts also. Gautam, it's going to happen in the next 15 days. You will see that the teaser will be officially public tomorrow. You can check out the StockWiz this thing. The timings of the classes, Saptarshi Sinha, it's either 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on the weekend, Saturday or Sunday, and or 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. In case if you miss any class, you will get the recordings and you can watch these classes unlimited number of times. You want to change your batches, you can even change your batches. So let's say you start learning right now, and let's say after a week you have some work, you can then move to, let's say, a batch after 2 or 3 months. That's also doable. So it's a very, very flexible approach of trading. Now, a lot of people are asking me what exactly happens with the onboarding process. So we have a relationship manager system. So every person who's signing up and whose name is coming up, you are going to get a relationship manager. Classes, how much months? So it usually takes 45 days for people to learn and complete the entire thing, right? I will not I will be very straightforward and very clear with you. 45 days is bare minimum it will take. So just imagine a 2.5 hour webinar can create so much value to your trading. Imagine if you learn it for over 100 hours or maybe another 50 hours, how much value will it add? So the primary reason why a lot of people love StockWiz, and you can Google on Quora and do this. Can I join this? Yes, you can. No problem, Varun. Yes, you can pay. Like, see, this is an offer. Okay, so last 8 seats, and this off the price will jump to 19,999. So if I don't want your class and I just want to automate your ideas, is it possible? See, the pricing will still be the same if you don't even want the class. The reason why we have a bundled thing is because we want the users to be actually educated. If people are educated, they will take the right decisions for them, right? So Amit, like, I understand your thing if you don't want the class, but in your free time you can watch it. I mean, you'll literally love it. Your knowledge will never be wasted. I mean, any kind of learnings will never be wasted. So what I was saying is, we always try to ensure that every single person who is coming is independent enough to manage their, not only their finances, but to compound their money very, very fast. So that's the kind of importance that the program has. And most importantly, people are actually trading in the right markets. They are leaving options behind to focus on the markets where they actually make money. So now, as I was saying, right, so I'll just switch my screen over here, right? So I'll tell you what the onboarding process looks like, because a lot of people are asking about it. So I'll just first tell you the onboarding process, and then I'll come back to the okay. So can you show more features about the app? Okay, I can show you, like, okay, so let me show you a few features of the application, another few features which will, so basically you will have all these sector watch systems where you can watch the sectors and subsectors together at one place. That's another feature. You can invest in these thematic themes. That's another thing that you can do. You have automations like this where you can directly understand which brokers are supported, how exactly is your trade idea being visible to you. So all of that, there are like much more features. What I'm showing you, no one really knows this. This is like proprietary information. You get all the basic statistics about the markets, like every single thing. Ritesh has paid, but his name is not in the chat box. StockWiz team, can you just check if everything's fine? So we are also going to be screening you based on your age, based on your gender, based on how much money you are making in your salaries, what are your investment goals, and then what's your personality style. So all of that will also be done. So there are more things, like I'll keep things as a surprise. I can't reveal everything. So people are asking like what exactly happens in the onboarding. So I'll just explain, right? So you will basically, as I said, institutional grade professional education is what we are going to provide you. So once this is the course curriculum. So the course is divided into 4 levels for people who are asking about what's there to learn. So as I said, we help you in the execution. So live trading happens every day, and you can start your learning process. It's a hybrid model. So every weekend you will have a live class where strategy execution will be taught to you, and every single you will get your recorded videos where you can keep watching them at your own pace. The access never expires. you get access to English and Hindi both. Like you can choose English or Hindi, or if you want both, we give you both also. Then you have the first level where you get introduced to professional trading, where you learn like everything about the markets, what's a demat account, all of that stuff. Then you transition into smart money concepts and institutional price action. The recording will be available, Harpreet. Yes, sir. Then you move into futures and options. You understand whether futures and options are good for you or not. Majority of people end up losing a lot of their wealth with futures and options. So we try to guide them whether it's good for them, whether it's bad for them, what should they actually do, because our focus is our goal will be achieved when our members actually make some profits. Will your team or app provide algo strategies? Gauri, that's what is included in the application, right? So you will get manual one-click trade executions also, and you will get fully automatic trade executions also, right? So one-click trade execution means that you just have to long press for like 1 second or 2 seconds, and the trade will automatically get executed. Stop loss, target, everything placed, risk management automatically done, position sizing automatically done. The biggest problem, as I said in the starting of the webinar, a lot of people face problems with risk management. StockWiz team, can you send the link? I think I was just seeing there are last 2 seats left for this price. Some people want the link if you can see it. So can you extend for 10 more seats? I will take some time. Okay. I will check that and we will try to do that. Okay, so what we can do is, for people, there are so many requests. So what I can do is, towards the end of the day, like if you want, you can actually pre-book your seat where you can lock in the price. So StockWiz team, can we do something for people who want to make the payment tomorrow? Okay, so I'll just check that, right? Face ID once a day is fine. Either Face ID or fingerprint or an OTP, like either one of those things. So you can pre-book your seat at 999. So you can, so I'll just show you, right? So you can pre-book your seat at 999 right now. And this 999 is fully refundable, meaning that you can lock in the price of 14,499 and pay within 7 days. If you don't want to sign up, you get your refund of 999 rupees. That's what pre-booking means. And this amount will get adjusted with your final payment, right? So you can do that also for people who are looking for EMI. And once you pre-book, your relationship managers will give you a call. They will understand what your current requirement is, how StockWiz can assist you and help you. And then, hi, my name is not there. Ami Shah, AMEE Shah, StockWiz team. The name is not there. Can you check? Samir, as of now, we don't have the desktop version, but in a month we will have. You will have lifetime access, so you don't have to worry about it. We will get the desktop version, and then we are also getting option strategies like strangle, straddles, bull call spread, bear put spread. So a lot of things are coming, and you will absolutely be very. It's Karan Shah. Okay, it's Karan Shah. Okay, cool. Kindly check under that. Okay, sorry. Sure. StockWiz team, can you please check? Even mine I've purchased, I'm traveling. Will I receive any call while traveling? Jaya Murugan, don't worry, you can always reschedule your call. So I was talking about this. So you can pre-book at 999 for people who want to pay tomorrow or day after. So that's your roadmap for those who have already joined us, right? So registration and onboarding starts. So you have your orientation and you have a kickoff session with me. So I give you the entire roadmap on what capital do you use, what are your expectations, how do you get started, how do you, whether you trade FNO, whether you trade equity, what exactly do you do, what are your goals, so that we are all connected at the start of the journey. Then your super trader program starts, where you learn all the modules, you start applying these strategies. For people who are not interested in learning and they just want to take a trade, you can do that also. And then you start applying these strategies, and then you optimize and improve your trade statistics. So we are built for non-traders. We are built for traders who want to improvise their performance. So it works both ways. And then on 15th of August is the day where you get lightning fast trading signals, institution grade research, and we, as I said, the lifetime pricing is 19,999. You are getting a fantastic deal, because in 14,499 you're getting lifetime access, which usually we give a 1-year access for. Yes, Gauri, you will get the access to the algo of this strategy. Absolutely yes. Only if you are a part of StockWiz right now in this offer. Absolutely yes. The app will work outside India. If you need to have an Indian demat account. Saptarshi, you will get a call from your relationship manager by tomorrow, because since as I'm mostly in Europe, see, that's completely fine. We have clients from Europe and America also. They are NRI clients from America and Europe. You just need to have NRI can join, absolutely yes. You just need to have an Indian NRI account or a demat account. If you have that, everything can work. Okay. If you have that, it can work, right? So every single day we have our trades. So you can see, right, we have started the app onboarding already for our members, right? So we already started the app onboarding. So again, it's a great place to be in. And as I said, right, for people who want to learn, for people who want to explore and connect with members. So, our members keep sharing their P&L statement. They keep, they keep motivating others, right? So if you look at, different traders, the kind of everything that they are saying is something that I've told you in the webinar. Risk management is the key, right? So if you look at the losses and the winners, how many trades do we get in a day? Depends, 2 to 3. Sometimes you might even get 4 or 5. It's showing 19,999. Srinivas, use the code SW25. StockWiz team, Mr. Glenn, if you have paid, sir, on WhatsApp, you will get the entire onboarding instructions from the team. All right. Pandian, Mr. Pandian, you will get the onboarding instructions on your phone, so don't worry. And every single trader over here, just look at the greenery everywhere, right? So that's the consistency that I'm talking about. Charges and stocks still moving up. Can I leave now? Yeah, absolutely, yes, you can leave. Hindi language, who's the master? I take it in Hindi, I take it in English. Sravan Raj. I take it in Hindi, I take it in English. Okay. Apart from the discount, will I lose out on anything? No, nothing. You can pre-book for 999, Varun. Just pay 999 pre-book so that you lock in the price. It's refundable. So 999 is 100% refundable. You can take a refund later. Okay. Perfect. Thank you so much. And all the people who've pre-booked, your names will start showing up on the screen. Absolutely fantastic. And as I said, right, the goal is very simple. I want all of you to have numbers like this, like these other community members. And I want you all to also have a transition in your trading journey. Lifetime access, yes, Anirudh, lifetime access, absolutely, yes, right. So this is a new trader. I started trading a few days ago and they're starting off their journey. So, you can be, constantly motivated that, people are doing the right thing at the right time. There are some people who are loss making who have joined, and then just look at the transition journeys of people, right? They start joining, they take 2 months to adjust, and then boom, their entire equity curve just skyrockets. And that's like the most satisfying thing, right? Um, you know, strategies are something that you should be teaching people, right? Share it with people, because just knowing the strategy doesn't mean that everyone's going to trade it the same way. Everyone has a different way of trading. When are the classes? So 1st August is where ideally your batches will start and your classes will begin. The exact timeline will come out. So absolutely yes. And you also get some trading checklists. So you get these checklists, you get a way to use these checklists, so you can utilize them. You have the study resources where every single trade idea, every single concept is explained with the help of schematics. So you can also use these schematics. So whatever entry model, step by step process is involved, and you can look at things like in a step by step way on how do you identify your trend buyers, how do you create a trade idea. Yes, I mean, see, Sayed, we do trade Forex. I mean, we teach you in the course, but as a SEBI registered entity, we don't really focus a lot on Forex because Forex is banned in India, right? So you learn every concept with the objective, with rules and the application. Okay. Lux Industries, please explain. Okay. Harsh, if you have paid 999, you will get a call for your pre-booked, right? Based on your pre-booking. Absolutely, yes. Right. So all of this you get, and you can be rest assured. So we are already a community of 7,600 people, and every single query that any user has, they are being answered by our team very promptly. So you can see every time a question is arised, The team is constantly over there. You can also have there is a channel called Ask Analysts. So every time someone is asking a particular question, they're posting their charts, the analysts are responding to them. That's how you do it. Sometimes it happens on the live chat and the market as well. So you can see the analysts responding. Obviously you can expect delayed responses on a Sunday, but thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody. And there are some bonuses from my side that I will give you, which is an ebook which will transform your education, like transform your discipline and risk management. So definitely do that. Nitesh, Mr. Nitesh, you will get all the instructions on WhatsApp. So I will give you the stock screens, like I will give you the custom watch list. I will also be giving you this ebook. And I request you that if you want to stay connected with me, I'll just give you my email address. So you can always drop your queries related to this setup on email. So you can do that. You can follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on YouTube also. You can, search about StockWiz on Quora. You will get the reviews of what we are doing, what kind of work we are doing. And you can check out the reviews over here as well, right? So either we can choose to execute the trade or decline in the app. Absolutely, yes. You have complete control. You want full automation, you want semi-automation, you want no automation, your choice. You can manually execute, you can execute via different things, right? So everything is different, right? So you get access to all of these top-notch features, and we are trying to create an ecosystem where retail traders are empowered with everything that a prop trader or an institutional trader has, right? And if you want like a complimentary consultation call, if you are struggling in your trading, so we do it free of cost. So you can just drop in your consultation call form, fill that up. A trading expert will call you. They will understand your queries and grievances, and they will try to help you out in the best way possible. That's what we would do. Can we create our own strategies? Right now you don't have the functionality to create your own strategies, but you can share your strategy with us. If you are okay with that, we can get it coded for you, right? We can try that. All right, thank you so much everybody for your time, and I hope I've added a lot of value to your trading. And I would just request you one thing. While you're using these strategies, just ensure you are managing risk properly. Risk management is the most important thing. So strategy alone will not make you money. Some discipline, some risk management is what's actually going to scale up your trading career. And one last thing, don't try to just go with options. Explore the equity markets. That's where the money is. Get consistent in equity markets first, then venture out into other styles of trading. So that's what you can do. All right. So thank you so much, everybody. That's it from my side. I wish you a very good night. There is no message to join the group yet. Please don't mind me asking. No. StockWiz team, can you please check if all the registered members have got the onboarding details? Yes, you will get the recording of the webinar. Absolutely, yes. Thank you so much, everybody. Good night. I wish you very best for your next trading week, and take care, and we'll see each other next time. Okay. Sudeep, you can contact. Okay, so I'll just give you two numbers. You will join Discord immediately. Yes. So I'll give you two numbers, 8949800532 and 80533717765. You can get these two numbers. Absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. I hope you had a great time, and it was wonderful hosting all of you. Thank you. Good night. Bye-bye, and take care.